Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you receive our broadcast? We've heard every one of yours. We're running out of time. I need to know if you can hear us. Pot Topic, are you there? Come through, Pot Topic. Pot Topic, we're running out of time. They're close to the gates. Pot Topic.
Top of the morning to you, and welcome to the Pot Topic podcast. I am your host, Tom. To my left, we have other hosts. We have Daz.
Hello.
We have Edgy.
I was the other man.
We have Turkish Turk. Jonny.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. We have Andy.
My ears feel weirdly free.
Yes, we've not got headphones on tonight, apart from me. And we've got Taryn.
Oh, once again, Stephen Fry, I'm really sorry, mate. Really sorry.
And in the background, we have Diola. We're breaking our 6-host rule now. Let's have 7. Fuck it.
Yeah, Andy and Dee are going to be doing some tag teaming.
Tag team Pot Topic podcast.
It's the Pot Topic hot chair.
Yeah, oh, indeed.
All we need is a Pot Topic and the hot chair.
Right.
On this podcast, we have 2 pots usually. And one of them has community topics, one of them has host topics. We draw them out random, and we talk about for about 2 hours until you get bored. So today is issue 25, so it's a community special.
Is there like a periodic time when it's always a community? Is it like every 5th?
Yes.
Exactly, every 5th.
It's the 5th one, in fact.
Right, excellent.
We started at 10.
No, all right, so,
A 5th would seem appropriate considering the beverages.
Well, yes, indeed.
Whiskey.
Yes.
That was my subtle
we have
hint
some of
that we
those.
need
We have
whiskey
some
business.
We've got famous grouse, which came from Sophie. It came in the community chest, which we are going to be drawing all of the topics out of.
That came in that?
So, yeah.
Lush.
And Jonny, as you brought the other whiskey along, even though it's almost half drunk, would you care to talk about it a little bit?
This is a Japanese whiskey called the Nika Coffee Malt Whiskey, and it tastes like vanilla and oranges and lovely things.
It comes from a coffee still.
Whereas famous grouse tastes like shit.
But alcoholic shit.
Jonny,
Yes.
is there a glass that I may partake
Yes,
in some
sure.
of that? I heard vanilla, and I
can-
was like, yeah, all right.
Can I just suggest for this week, let's fuck off the whole, so what have you done since last show? Just get straight to the meat of the issue. This is going to be the last recording here at the SAWmill.
Man, oh man.
This is...
We've all spent the last week moving.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
You haven't got a bed at your new place,
Not
whereas
yet.
I've got a bed at my new place and nothing else I own.
Oh, fuck's sake, I did it the wrong way round. I've got everything I own in one house and my bed in another house.
Oh, don't feel too bad. His bed's not built yet.
Yeah, no, it's literally on the floor in a pile of bits.
That is your bed, isn't it, usually?
No, I've got a new bed.
You got a proper bed?
I've got a bed.
A bed?
Literally have a bed. Motherfucker. Moving up in the world. Moving out of this
like
place.
4 inches where you got a bed now instead of a mattress on the floor.
I'll tell you what, I went round my mum's where this bed has been in my old room forever. And my mum was like, oh, okay, I'll help you move it over to your new place, take it apart, take it over there, put it up there maybe. My mum was saying like, oh yeah, well I've got all this stuff that I'm going to stand in your room where your bed was. And I was just like, I learnt tidying from you. We're going to take that bed up, and there's going to be an exact bed shape of stuff still there. You ain't putting shit in my room.
I'm just going to sniff this the rest of the night.
He's talking about the whiskey, folks.
In case you were
Jonny.
confused.
Coffee. It comes from a coffee still. I read the box. I was very hungover.
If there's
the other
one
day.
thing I love in this world, it's coffee.
Good to know.
What's it? Well, it's continuous still, so that means
that's
that
rather good.
What, they don't ever stop producing whiskey. Is that what continuous still
I
means?
have no idea, mate.
I hope so, because I
Well,
don't stop drinking it.
It says it's the nice whiskey is from a continuous coffee still, or a coffee still, which is a continuous still. Apparently that means it just never, ever stops, and there's an endless line of Japanese people throwing gunk into a still to produce Japanese whiskey.
So what makes it
And
a
that's
coffee still?
how Nika whiskey is made.
Andy,
Apparently
what
so.
makes it a coffee still?
And that's the name of the type of still. Like a Bentley is a type of car.
Right.
Oh, it's just a brand name. It doesn't actually involve coffee.
No.
No, anyway, it's even spelt differently.
Yeah.
I can't see past the other
It's spelt
side.
with a Y.
It's like
What
all
the hell is
And a
that?
Z 'cause
easy
it's
and
called.
shit.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit beer.
So yes, last
Man,
show
this thing-
we're recording in this house.
And mostly they've been done here. It's
And I haven't lived in this house for 4 years. It's kind of
But one of the
Yeah.
founding members of this house.
Indeed.
Yeah, Jonny, one of the founding
5.5
members.
fucking years.
I'm the only original survivor. Andy,
Victim.
Andy, yeah, victim by this point.
Long-standing dickhead.
This place has basically been home to all waifs and strays for about 5 years.
Yeah, that'll be me right now. I'm one of those.
Which is good to have Darren also fill this chair, because he's been living here for 6 months now,
Yeah.
sort of living in the living room, which I suppose
Sounds
is
apt,
the
yeah.
sort of thing you want to do in a living room.
I think of all the people that have lived on our sofa, Alex did it the best because he was so disabled at the time that he couldn't work, and therefore
That's
he had,
right,
he had
yeah.
no
Yeah.
jobs
Injured,
to
yeah.
lose.
Yeah, or fined for that matter.
Indeed,
He just came over and drank for a couple of months.
yeah, and he got better, and he was fine. People always came round here for their holidays, and that was fine.
They always did, and it's been nice to have like a place where you can always come and do this show.
Yeah.
However, exciting and it's as a warning, there might be some interruption to broadcasts for the next sort of two maybe 3 issues, depending how long it gets to set up. But we've got a reasonably good shed out back, which is gonna, I reckon, fit.
It's a nice
Why
shed.
can't we just go back to Halibet's place?
That's all the way North London.
Yeah, well,
It's
I-
practically like Scotland. It's like well above the
Yeah,
top.
it's much easier making them come to us. But yeah, we're gonna have
Ridiculous.
It may actually be easier for them to come to you now.
for purpose studio.
We are going to have a podcast studio set up.
Yes.
Constantly.
Oh, you're going to leave the stuff up in there?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the plan. Get the place
not gonna go
secure,
up as a
damp
game
free. Well, it'll also be
It's going to
that.
get broken, yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be nice to have a studio where you just walk in and not have to fuss about setting up and just have shit work.
So all this build up and you're
I'm
basically...
going to get a fucking circular table
Oh, yeah?
so we can all look at each other
Are you
and
gonna
sit
make
in
it
sensible
white
positions. Sorry.
Are you going to make it wipe clean?
The room. I mean, the whole room needs to be a wet room.
We'll laminate everything.
Well, me and Tom were playing around with the idea of using, like, you know how you get leather topped writing desks?
Yeah.
We'll do something similar with pleather, which would be reasonably cheap
Wipe
and
down.
then super wipe downable.
I'm just seeing
And
this.
no
this
banging on the table.
I'm just seeing this setup with a really stretched bit of pleather put down and vacuum formed over the top. And holes cut in it for the microphone.
I'm personally seeing some kind of Ed Gein like landscape. A table just made out of the skin of the first person who wants to throw a party.
I think we could always take it a step further and just get some of that hydrophobic spray and just like put that over the amount of spillages.
Well, make the
that
make
happen.
make the entire setup splash proof.
yeah.
But then we could have really wet laps. It would all kind of eventually...
We'd all have
ourselves.
We'd all have our coats on from the what was it, the big flume ride.
A log
Oh
mountain.
yeah, what you mean the throwaway plastic poncho?
Yeah. We'd all wear those to bottom of podcast.
That's when it would have to be a video podcast. Us all sitting there in
That would be a recording nightmare, though. Constant crinkling.
If the whole room's
Recording kind of
hydrophobic,
a giant packet of crisps.
if the whole room's hydrophobic, would that mean that all moisture would end up in a free floating ball in the middle?
Drained in the centre of the room.
It's not anti-gravity height.
I thought that's where we put the topic pots.
Yeah.
Dig potholes into the middle of the table.
All the topics are written on pond balls, and we fill the room up to about chest level. Red ones for community, white ones for.
You know, if that room has no other purpose, that must happen. That is brilliant.
Following podcast in a swimming
Although you'd
pool.
have to climb in through the roof, because if you open the door, they'll all come out. So you have to...
I would just cut the door like chest level.
Crawl in.
Wow!
That'd be awesome.
If you're getting a round table, can we not camelight it?
What?
Camelight. King Arthur.
It sounds like
King Arthur bread and
Camelot
cigarette.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
The smooth blend.
Camelite, cancer on horse.
So, all right, if we're not doing a where have we been recently thing, so where have we been
Go on
over the
then.
last 5 years? What's people's favourite sort of
What have we done in the
memory,
last 5 years?
memory from this house? Was where I was going with that, but
Oh, I don't know how many I can talk about, or that I'm willing to talk about.
Pick one that you fancy.
There's the one I brought up the other week where the horse comment and Super Top Uber Smash night. That was pretty fun. That was largely whiskey and reasonably safe to talk about.
I remember sitting here with the sun coming through the French doors, and we see our friend Sam Barnes. And he's wandering. The party was a couple of nights ago, so we're still going. And Sam is in a full-on painter's suit.
No, it's a paper hazmat suit.
Paper hazmat suit.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and he's
Thank you,
wandering.
Dee.
He's wandering round in circles in the back garden, and he's just doing circles. And people were just in here chatting, and then someone's gone, What's going on out there? And then it sort of progressed to everyone just watching Sam wander around the back garden, completely zombified, don't know where he's going or whatever. He's come up the grass to come back in the house, and back then the flower bed was only a foot wide, whereas now it's about 3 foot wide. Was taken over the grass, but he went to come through that and just stacked it straight onto the onto the roses.
It wasn't completely zombified though. He'd occasionally stop to shout at one of the bushes. It was fantastic. And this was after like the night before. He'd gotten into the hazmat suit the night before, and then tried to fall asleep in my bed. And it's just like me and Heather decided we wanted to go to sleep at the same time. So do you know what? I'm moving you out, and I couldn't move him that far. So I just got a bit of sound insulating foam, lay it out on the hallway up there. He just spent the night there.
I think he's the only person to have slept on the upstairs hallway.
Yes. Well impressed.
I would say my fondest memory from this house would be the weekend when we actually met Lena and Rita coming back from
Shit, I
table.
should have come out and said that one first. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's kind of my missus.
That was Taryn's birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
We went out to celebrate Taryn's birthday. He weren't with us.
You were busy.
I was busy. I went out, did my own thing with the theatre lot for my birthday, then came back.
There was
Woke up
two
in the morning.
Lithuanians.
Two Lithuanians. And then like got up, had some breakfast, and they had some rather tasty looking tequila, and then I didn't go to work for 4 months.
It was the way when we got back from that night. There's like Rita. Rita had never met Kel before because Kel was with you that night,
Yeah.
and so Kel's on the sofa in the bay window, and you know how well Kel did with meeting new people back then.
Yep.
And there's me and Rita on the window, like, dog, 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 hello.
I've got a photo from that party that I only recently rediscovered somewhere on my laptop, which is when Lena fell asleep on the green sofa. And as she fell asleep, I think you'd eventually decided you had to crash as well. Snuggled up with her, but then at some point during your sleep, there wasn't quite enough room on the sofa, and you'd rolled over, gone to do that, and rest your head on your arm, putting your arm across the way. Obviously, you're passed out asleep, so you didn't realise that when I walked into the room with my phone handy, you've just dropped the elbow straight onto the side of Lena's face, squishing it sideways. And there's you just looking peaceful as a bunny with Lena just like resting underneath
Sleeping on Lena's head.
I saw that picture the other day. I couldn't figure out who was under Andy. I guess it was Lena. Yeah. She was very squashed.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
She must have made a good pillow, though.
So Tom, what about you?
One that always sticks in my mind is it's always been a game in this place not to let me leave.
I love that game.
Yeah, you do.
So much.
Because my friends are glorious dickhead wind-ups. Because they know I've got to go, and I will eventually go. However, they'll do everything in their power to stop me getting through the front door. And there was this one time from this very room, it took me about 20 minutes to get out of this very room because they were hanging off me all sorts of badness. And then walked into the hallway. That was a big kerfuffle. Got all the way to the front door, got a finger on the latch, got wrestled back into the front room, which is the next door room to the front door, thrown into a sofa, broke it.
That's right, that's where we broke the back sofa.
Yeah. That got broken. I then managed to get up, claw my way back into the hallway.
We did put a different sofa in the way of the door for a while.
Oh, that was it,
before you
yeah,
made
yeah.
it out.
At this point, it's been about 45 minutes of me trying to get out the door. Get all the way to the front door. They're getting a little bit tired, but I'm still struggling because I'm knackered. Get to the front door, open the front door to find Andy there, who rugby tackles me backwards because he's climbed through the front window in the front room, gone round the front of the house and met me at the front door, at which point I just gave up.
It was a lovely way that it was like, he's got it open. No, he hasn't. They pulled him back again. Oh no, he's at the latch, he's got it open, he's got one hand around, he's got the other hand around, the door starts to open, he sees me, a quizzical look happens on his face, he loses all power, everyone just bundles backwards into the banister so hard I think they're going to break it.
And I'm just pissing myself laughing at that point because it's just ridiculous. I think after that it was just a case of, yeah, well played, I'll sit down for 5 minutes, and then I just went, yeah, see ya. That's it. Anyone else?
Darren?
Darren's done
I
that.
said mine,
yeah.
the
yeah.
Rita weekend.
I can go. There was our friend Alex, who has a habit of falling asleep
The
in
human
a chair.
buckaroo.
In the way.
Yeah, and you can't wake him, you can't move him, you can't do anything except just terrorise him. And there's always been a house rule that if you've got your shoes on when you're asleep, you're open game. And he knows these rules, and yet sometimes he'll even put his shoes on to fall asleep. But on one occasion, he sat there with a piece of pizza, and me and our friend Jason sat and watched this man eat this pizza for a good hour and a half, because every bite was taken so methodically slow and then savoured with a look of pure beauty on its face, while its owner is completely asleep.
Yeah, that's Alex.
And we watched this with bated breath, and we could not look away. And this is like Sunday morning after Tiki, so we're all in a bit of a state. But this is just one moment of calm, serene beauty. And he got all the way to the crust, and then we started laying bets on whether he would finish the crust or not. And it got quite heated for a while. And we watched with bated breath. And just as he got to the last bite, he opened one eye, looked at the pizza, and just threw it away. And then was woken by the scream of, "No!" It's just such a pleasant memory.
This house.
When Alex falls asleep like that, I've got to...
This is host Alex, who's been on a few shows, yeah.
I've got to admit that I keep on hearing the words, "This is Alex, my pet rock." Because he falls asleep and that's what he becomes, just a pet rock.
I did love when you actually slapped him backhanded to wake him up, and when he didn't wake up, we're like, okay, we really need to put him to bed now.
Yeah.
Actually,
I've got a video of that.
I do have another memory that I don't think we've spoken about. Now, it got us in trouble-ish, but it was when Jonny was living here, and it was one of the last raging parties we had.
Oh, the last.
Yeah.
The one that pissed off the entire street.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was just, it'd been brilliant all the way down, and then things just topped off when you Jonny, and was it Renee or somebody?
Renee on the cajon.
Yeah, there were a couple of you jamming in the front room, and then
they went out to the garden.
And then I opened the door.
No, slowly everyone.
4 in the morning.
Everyone just gravitated. Yeah, well, it was 5 in the morning. Everyone just gravitated, and to the point that we were all sat around. We'd all found a space around you, and you guys just jammed out a song, and then everyone just went at the end, like clapping, really shouting, like
Stamping
actual
on the floor
full
and everything.
audience screaming. And then there was a knock at the door, And that's when the trouble was.
my-
We got the dude next door came Kate came along the next day and said, "Look, I've been taking footage of you. Any more of this? The guy down the street's a police officer." Basically tried to blackmail
us to a policeman.
And am I allowed to say this? Our landlords fully took our side.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your
And they were
landlord's a
they were taking
fucking
pictures of you. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
We could have them done for that.
My favourite part about that weekend
Yeah, I think
was
you're right.
actually me opening the door to Tim and Saf. Tim
Oh,
and Saf.
yeah.
And they turned up with like 2 or 3 of their friends, but unbeknownst to us lot, or at least certainly to me, they'd all said, "Oh yeah, well, just bring an instrument." So, okay.
yeah.
And so everyone's, party's in full swing. They turned up a little bit late. Knock, knock, knock. I just so happened to be close enough to hear it, so I open the door. And the second that the latch goes and I start to open it,
And they just
had a marching
they
band.
marched
through the house, out to the garden.
Yeah.
They found me playing with a fire Diablo at the time. So their song for about 3.5 minutes was Diablo Boy! And then, once they were done with me, they just marched back inside and carried on. Fucking genius.
And ever since that night, we've never had a noise complaint from the neighbours because they believed the noisy housemate moved out, Jonny. We've never had a problem. We've been a little bit more respectful, but not much.
Well, to be fair, me and Björn ended up dubbing Jonny the multi-story noise machine.
I do leave sound on everywhere I go.
Exactly.
It's like the Hansel and Gretel of music. It's fantastic.
He'd be cooking and he'd sort of have some music playing, and then he'd sort of finish cooking, and then do whatever, put some music on in the living room, and then with those both going on, once he's finished eating, he'll go upstairs and just start playing his guitar. It's just it was fucking incredible.
So good. Come on, Diana, what's your favourite memory of this place?
Oh, I'm trying to wrap my brain. I don't know.
I've got too many.
There's the thing. I can't
I know
choose
you
a
have,
definitive to go. This is the one.
Pick a funny one.
Pick, oh, God.
all of them.
Dear doesn't laugh much.
I never did.
LOL!
I think one of my favourites. I can't remember what we had been to. Whatever night it was, we'd come back and had an after party. And after party in full swing, everyone's been at wake.
Where's that? I don't remember that one.
I know you weren't there.
Probably.
But it was in summer. And it got to us being back home for at least 6 hours. And Beth, one of the other hosts, was just like, "Oh, I'm going to pop over. Hey, I'll come and see everyone." And we're all sitting in this room in a pile of filth. Everyone's been sweaty. We've probably been to cable at that point. So everyone's
proper
covered in
cable.
sweat. There's spillages everywhere because Taryn and Alex were both here.
Yeah.
There's crap all over the floor. Things are knocked over. There's so many people. People are sitting on the floor. The room is full of smoke where everyone's smoking cigarettes. And from the French doors, the sun's beaming in and just illuminating big layers of smoke. So we're now sitting here going, "Oh my God, Beth's going to come in here and see us in this state."
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
She's going to come in and be like, "You're all disgusting." Lo and behold, everyone's nervous. Beth gets let in. She comes into the games room, takes one look at everyone, and just goes, "Oh, it's beautiful."
Oh my God.
And for ages and ages, because obviously everyone pissed themselves laughing because it was the polar opposite of what we all thought she'd say.
But that's what her friends are.
Don't say that. And for quite a while, she thought that we were all laughing at her, not understanding that we were laughing at the situation that she just managed to come and make everything better.
She's not bad at that.
No.
I'm going to take it back. Fuck all those memories. The best memory of this place is recording this fucking shit.
Oh yes, absolutely.
This has been a lot of fun.
Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Like I said, I've got too bloody many. Like the first night when I cooked pasta and we sat on this floor and got a bit messy and chatty, playing zombie dice in the
Yeah.
when was it you, me, and Bjorn? We got a bit messy and floaty, and then like played Worms for the whole night. That was a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh god, yeah.
It was
we
a
did that all
Tuesday
the
night.
time.
Yeah. It was
Oh
fun.
god, that was. A
I
wicked
remember
way
the
to
Worms
spend time.
nights. They were good.
Yeah, we were starting to get tricky with the grenades.
It got extreme. Esports, motherfucker.
I guess if I have to pick one memory, it's a little bit funny, but I guess it's mostly just significant. I think it was the second party we had, and I invited a group of my students, one of which is now my soon-to-be wife. In case you didn't know.
Fucking bugger.
I know you were engaged.
Oh, well, we're not. I mean, we're engaged in the way that we do things. Like, should we? Yeah. But it was at this party. She was just like a student and a little bit of a friend. I was actually more friends with her friends at the time, and I was off my face as one is, and I decided to make absinthe for everybody with like the sugar and the burning and stuff. And so I made it for her and all her friends, and then I went in and I got really excited and I was like, there you are, cheers, and I cheersed them, smashed all their glasses all over them. Just so emphatic, and then I just kind of went enjoy and ran off to do something else. Like, didn't consider that could have been a bad thing.
Brilliant. Okay, all the masturbatory shit out the way. Let's get back on with our lovely community members who have sent us.
That's
so
like
many
like when
topics.
David Cameron said maso-sadism instead of sadomasochism.
He's playing off. He doesn't know what it is. So, who's up first?
Darren, as your nearest.
Okay, let's see.
Dead air. It's the air. The deadest air. Air that's so dead.
He's been ready for about 20 seconds.
Today's first topic is sponsored by Captain Sickbeard.
You alright, Dom?
Hi, Dom.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, I've been chatting to him recently. He's going to build a house and he's going to call it Valhalla. Just thought
in there.
I'd leave that one out.
Dom's question is, who was the first person to look at...
Sorry, it's my handwriting.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to look at cows, others, and go, damn, I want to suck on those? You. You, Dom. You were the first person to think that.
Maybe it was like one of the first fetishists.
No,
like
no.
prehistoric times. Just kind of-
Fetishist. I thought that was like a kinky lettuce you were saying there for a second. Fetishist.
No, I will always like to
Like a
relate.
sadomasochistic kebab.
I would always like to relate it to the Amish, purely because
Not the leggish.
I was talking to somebody on, I think it was either MySpace or Facebook, but that's the sort of timeline we're talking about.
It was my face.
It was my face, yeah. And somebody had, interrupted whatever chat it was to talk about being Amish, and it swerved the conversation very much towards people taking the piss. And the one person that really stuck out for me was the person who said, so if you Amish don't go out and get bladdered except for this one time, they have Rumspringer. It's like, what are some of the things that you do to sort of like excite yourself in your day-to-day life? Because there's no way I'm going to believe when you're growing up as an adolescent boy that you don't sort of experiment with things. And he said that growing up as a young Amish teenager, he would always try and imagine what it felt like to cup a woman's boobs by laying underneath a cow and suckling on its teat while massaging it. And I think that kind of curiosity out of the situation will always inspire the thought in my head of, ooh, I say, brother, you want to try some of this?
The Amish went from the West Country.
Does this Amish have a brand new combine harvester?
And he won't give you the key because it's sacrilegious to operate machinery.
See, we won't be armed. We're just Amish, right? We're just Amish.
I don't know. It's an interesting process because, like, the domestic cow comes from the oryx, which was kind of like a Stone Age, Stone Age thing that was 3 times the size of a cow and hated you. And
Expect me then.
Somehow we figured out a way of domesticating them, and so at some point there would have had to have been like the jump from, well, we've got these things that we like to eat and they feed their young like that. How the fuck do we do that without having the shit kicked out of us? Because I imagine by the time they start doing this, they've got to be, got to have a little vim and vigour.
Do you not think they were maybe pissed off?
Do not now. I went to a cow farm recently. Yeah, I've never looked into like soulless pits like that before.
Was it?
It's heartbreaking.
Was it cows or sheep that you were chased out of a field by in Petswood?
No, he was walked out of
I was, I was escorted by a group of sheep.
That's it.
I think the first domesticated animals were reindeer. I think I remember seeing that one.
No, it wasn't. It was snails.
All right.
No, hang on.
They were officially the first livestock, if QI is to be believed.
Now, how can we milk them? That's the next trick.
It's on their heads. They're like upside down cows.
Although, actually, domesticated, I'm not sure. Because surely, like, canines and stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, like, domestic... I think snails were the first ones to be farmed. Like, herded.
But domesticated?
Domesticated. Yes, herded.
Prehistoric men herding snails.
Andy don't need a mic. He's nowhere near
The
one.
prehistoric vistas were wild with mass stampedes of snails.
Were the snails giant or were the people tiny?
No,
They were just very
snail
far
boys
away.
would ride horses very slowly and herd these snails in mass stampedes.
Stampeding snails? What?
Like, if a town got in the way, they had a good 8 years to rebuild, but it was dangerous. You know that bit in The Lion King where Simba's dad died? Imagine that in slow motion.
Well, that's the best wank ever.
Yes.
Thing is, like, if you were ever a snail herd,
Circle chuck.
you would herd your snails once. You'd get them from A to B, and it would take so long, and you'd need cats to like herd like as your sheepdogs, because they could climb trees and shit and bring them down. And it would take so long to go from A to B. That would be it. That'd be your only bit of snail herding.
Have you ever tried to get a cat to anything? Fucking herding snails is going to be tricky. So there we go, Dom.
That's going to be the new phrase, isn't it? Is that more difficult than herding snails?
Yes.
With cats.
How was the move, Andy?
Yeah, with cats.
Herding snails with blind cats. One of them's only called Jerry and it's got one eye.
Whilst being hunted by honey badgers.
This is this is my Persian snailard cat.
Would it work if the snails had legs and the cats had like monopodic feet?
I'm sorry, welcome to the Whimsy Podcast. I'm your host, Tom. To my left, I have a rabbit.
Welcome to the podcast of Dr. Monroe.
Right. This sounds awful. Let's get back to it.
Let's get back to it. Cool. Snails. Talk to me.
So you grow the slugs as the horses for the snail boys.
Snail boys?
Big fucking slugs.
Yes, giant fucking slugs written by snail boys, herding the wild stampeding snails as they make their way across a small piece of land. Until
you get like an alien nation coming in, and all they do is they kill your snails and just eat their tongues.
Oh, that's just good.
Okay, fuck this shit. The community haven't written all their topics for us to do. No, they probably have, haven't they?
Off-topic podcast.
Should I?
I have it on
Let's
good
go
authority.
over it. Thank you very much, Don, for that.
Thank you. I have it on good authority that Big Al loves the whimsy.
I bet he does.
This one is from Aussie Dan.
Hey.
If you were herding snails,
Would you suck their udders?
how far is a parsec?
Oh shit!
Well,
Everyone look at the Ola in a quizzical way.
Is it
Unit of
something
time.
like 3 points?
Just
No.
on
No, it's a unit of distance.
No, don't make me do this.
I honestly can't remember.
Oh, come on, Eddie. You know you want to fucking do this. You know you want to explain why Han did it in 12.7 parsecs.
No, wait. Is this going to give
He did
any
the Kessel Run.
spoilers?
There's no spoilers, man. This is from 1978.
Right.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it by now,
Okay, so there's
hate-
2 black holes, right?
I hate myself for
And-
this. Kessel Run refers to a spice moon called Kessel, which is just off of a series of 5 black holes. So when they tried to escape Kessel and do the smuggler's run from Kessel, they skirted black holes, thus warping time and space. So when they looked at the nav computer, it turned out they did it in 12 parsecs, meaning they actually cut
There was
twice
less
the distance of the
because
run.
they skirt towards black holes.
Hang on. As they go
That is extended nerd dickheadness.
But-
trying
Yes.
to explain fucking up a line in a film.
as they skirt black holes, like time distorts.
Yes.
So they're not there for very long, but a shitload of time has happened elsewhere.
Yes, but like literally, they have nav computer that covers distance and time and such.
Do you know what? It's fucking space fantasy. You can make up whatever you want, can't you?
Okay.
Andy's brought up the parsec, and I was almost right with my 3 point something light years.
1 parsec is equal to
3.26 light years.
the distance.
31
The distance at which one astronomical unit subtends an angle of 1 arc second. So you were almost right, yes. And that does happen to be equal to about 3.26 light years. Or
Which is also the distance Andy's away from the
31
microphone.
trillion kilometres.
Or 19 trillion miles.
Yes, I like 31 trillion kilometres better.
Okay, we're going to
Yeah, fair
measure
enough.
everything on here in parsecs and
Parsecs.
arc seconds now.
Arc
Okay?
Arc
seconds
seconds.
all the way.
Oh, no, I want to know what an arc second is. Thank you, Andy.
Google bot in the corner, Google bot.
Can you put that on the timer on your phone in arc seconds?
We might be here a while.
While he does that, sorry, I've just remembered what I did this week.
Ooh,
So I listened to the Regular Features podcast,
Yeah.
where they introduced me to the best thing to search on Google Images. Men coughing. It looks like they're sucking invisible dick.
On it.
could I
Google just reminded me.
could I phone what I did this week?
Go on.
I went to see the filming of a new sitcom on the BBC Two called shit, I've forgotten it. Something Crow. Upstart Crow, which is the new Ben Elton period sitcom.
Oh, yes,
and the
I've heard of
first one
this,
since
yeah.
he's done since Blackadder.
Yeah, you and Becky.
Yeah,
cool.
and it's Shakespeare, and it's David Mitchell and Lisa Tarbuck and Harry Enfield, and it is hilarious.
Okay, so we've got an answer for what an arc second is. An arc second is the angular measure of an object usually expressed in degrees, arc minutes or arc seconds. Just as an hour is divided by 60 minutes and a minute is divided by 60 seconds, a degree is divided into 60 arc minutes and an arc minute is divided into 60 arc seconds. So I hope that answers your question, Aussie Dan. That's what a parsec is.
Fair play.
I've searched men coughing. I mean,
It's brilliant. It's a lot of men sucking invisible dick. It's amazing.
you notice the distance between mouth to hand does.
Well, blowing a dick.
The distance between hand to mouth tends to vary, which might give an
They're
indication.
working the shaft, mate. They're working the shaft.
Might give an indication as to how big they see themselves, but yeah.
Oh, that dude's tiny then.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on his nose.
Oh, he's sticking it right down.
Could I just like?
Let's not do Google.
So it's not the
research on
distance
that.
between your thumb and little finger, it's the distance between your hand and your mouth
while
when
you're coughing.
Could I?
We were wrong all along.
Could I play devil's advocate here? Because although I think we're all atheists around this table, we should actually represent the religious view as well as the scientific. So for those
Bloody
religious listeners, an arc second is the time it took 2 animals to get onto a boat.
Being chased by the pair of lions.
Pair of lions? No, snails.
Herding them. Herding
Just an
them.
arc of fucking snails. That's all it was.
Whimsy. Fucking hell.
It was the Peruvian hunting snails.
Oh, they're vicious. They lay in wait. They're trappers.
They run the
Kelton? They run Kel. That makes
They
a
ran
lot
a
of
train
sense.
on that Kel in 12.7 parsecs.
Wow.
They're not as bad as the Croatian horned slug cunts.
Jonny,
That'll be
please,
the
for the love of
nasty
God,
one.
draw a topic. Thank you very much, Aussie Dan. We are so in a whimsy mood tonight.
Taz, you just killed
We're late starting. No one's wearing
You're welcome.
earphones, so they're cross-talking.
That's all right. I was just getting you back for D. You made me laugh so hard.
Okay,
gagged.
If I understand this correctly, okay, this is another one from Aussie Dan,
Yay.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you, Dan. What we got from Aussie Dan then?
Good day.
and Aussie Dan says Tom Ryan.
Ooh, are you going to take that?
Thomas Ryan.
Thomas Ryan.
Which is how my sister says my name. It's
Yeah,
really weird.
which is also what Taran shouted out while he was.
Coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already covered that story.
Yeah.
If not, go back and listen to all the episodes because I can't remember which one it is.
So yeah, Tom Ryan. Let's talk about Tom Ryan for a second.
Beard.
Man Beth.
Beth, Tracy Scarlett.
Yeah,
Man
Tracy
Beth.
Scarlett Man Beth.
Until my newest phone, you've always been on my phone as Tracy Scarlett Man Beth.
I can't remember where exactly Tracy and Scarlett came from.
Oh no, it's Munchkin.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Because I had a sex change card twice.
Yeah.
3 times.
And every time
And
you
you
got
had
the
to
sex change
change
card,
my
you had to
name.
come up with an opposite sex
That's right.
name,
Oh,
and you were
I
known as that
Munchkin
name
now.
for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and I'm just Man Beth because I'm Beth's brother.
That's when you're.
Well, no, it was because like you're a manlier version of Beth.
Yes.
And
No, he's not.
Have you heard her,
I
Bert?
don't remember anything pre-SAWmill.
Crosstalk.
When I think Tom Ryan, I think feet.
Oh, it's got
Feet.
no, it's just been moved. It's behind the blue thing. I had a minister here today, so.
So you
yeah,
hid the football.
I hit the-
Turbo Christ.
Yeah.
Please tell me you turned him on.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you left up the day glow light up neon turbo Christ visual that we have there, but you took away the foot porn DVD.
Yeah, well,
Get the giant wooden cock.
Last week.
well, I didn't want to, push my luck.
Also the tit ashtray.
Yeah, but that's mine. I can take ownership. of that
And
one.
let's not forget the Turbo Christ bookends with Tiki, the other god.
Brilliant.
The one true.
Yes.
If we're talking about Tom Ryan, I will always mention how I think it genuinely took me the best part of 2 weeks, nearly 3, when he cut his long hair and went shut.
yeah.
I mean, I came back from work.
He couldn't look
and
at me.
It's so odd. It was such a transformation, and it just did not look like Tom.
Oh, I
the
didn't
point
talk
where-
to him for a day.
Yeah, I had to put a cushion in between my head and his when watching TV, because even if I saw him out of the corner of my eye with short hair, I felt like I was sat in the room with a stranger.
It was bizarre.
I was living on your couch at the time for several days a week.
Yeah, playing Dead Space.
I remember that happening. I mean, the first thing that I remember about Tom Ryan was living on your couch at the time.
Yeah.
And, I've been living there for like 2 weeks, and then finally I bump into Tom, who lived with you as well.
Yep.
Is that
And
right?
then Tom would come in and say hi and go to bed, and then get up and go to work, and I'd see him in another 2 weeks or so. And then he cut his hair, and everyone cried forever. But he didn't take any less time to ponce
ready.
around with his hair. Like, he still straightened his hair after he had long hair. He straightened it. It took forever. I took the piss, and then he got his hair cut, and he didn't take any less time, and I took the piss.
No, because I still straight my hair.
The other thing that I do always know at all times about Tom Ryan, and this is, extremely sort of like regular stuff that you know about your friend. Firstly, Tom Ryan stands up when he wipes his ass.
Yeah. Although now I take a squat first. The squat half stand, wipe, and then stand.
Don't try to justify
it's-
it. You're
it's-
weird.
I'm now a hybrid.
It's just a hybrid. The second thing is, if Tom Ryan is going to take a shower, expect all surface area of everything in the shower room and maybe part of the ceiling to be wet when he's
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
Tom Ryan, as far as I can tell, takes the shower, throws it in the air, and then pirouettes violently.
No, it's not violently. It's
Rinse and
fabulously.
repeat, literally. That's what I know about my friend Tom Ryan.
We've also got we got a thing named after him, Tom Time.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Time is
Runs an hour slower than regular time.
Whenever he says he'll be there for a time, don't expect him before half hour afterwards.
I know that describes most of us, but it's named after me.
Yeah.
I do it regularly enough and often enough to everyone.
Whereas we only do it regularly enough to most people.
My friend Tom is just the only man who stands toe to toe with me on bad 90s music and geek chic.
I don't know about the geek stuff, mate. Oh,
But bad 90s music.
yeah, definitely.
Reformat the planet. Whenever I think of you. In your car.
Oh, bit shifter.
Yeah.
Bit of chip tune.
But then, even though it was very much Dave who moved to Australia,
Yeah,
who
Dave
started it, I think one of the first few times that I remember musical influences, I thought you and Beth were responsible for Wizards of Winter, and Dave just
No, that was
loved it
Dave.
as well.
I think that was Dave.
Because he loved it so much that we did it.
Yeah, a little bit of Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh my god, I wish that.
Dun, 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 yeah.
Tom Ryan once had a hamster called Fluff Diddy the Gangster Hamster.
I did.
I did.
She was awesome.
Diddy was super sweet.
Every time I walked in his room, where my holes at? Just shout at a hamster.
And what did he do?
Look at you, go. And then just carry on with hamster
Carry on being a
stuff.
hamster.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't do one.
Did not do one. Diddy didn't do
What
one.
I'm trying to say
Diddy
is-
did not do one
Did
like
he-
you
did
expect
he
Diddy
do
to do one.
So do one diddy dum diddy do.
He did do good.
That was so much work, but worth it.
Rat and Parrot. I think of you when I think Rat and Parrot days.
That's probably like the first times we started hanging out.
Yeah. Rocking out to Valley of the Damned and Soil, Halo
yeah.
and things like that.
I remember.
Paddy at Rampart. Yeah, sorry, Bouncer. Yeah, he was cool.
I remember living with Tom Ryan, and I would say after a decent period of dealing with a certain lady that departed from the household, Tom had a new lease of life and energy. He expressed that joy
In
for
milk.
his future by fucking his employees. Literally, like the most cute.
The company was going out of business. I knew it wasn't a problem.
It was actually no. It
That
was
was
wonderful
so much
because
fun.
it was wonderful.
That's like
because
Aussie Mandias porn. That's fantastic.
The fact was, not only he was hitting the trifecta of fuck buddies. One, they were all stupidly, ridiculously hot girls. So living with somebody who goes, "Hey, Daz, do you want to come downstairs and have a drink with us?" Us? Who's us? Me and this ridiculously hot girl. Yeah, all right. Two, it was that they.
You thought you were in there, didn't you?
No. Just like genuinely good to hang around with a hot girl though.
Okay.
But yeah, then it was the fact that like all of them were
It's even better to
actually
be hanging out the back of one. Sorry.
Hello, Tom's mum.
Girls, if you're listening, it was a pleasure.
And I would say it was the fact they were actually all quite awesome. Like,
Yeah, they were
you know,
really
what was
cool.
the one that went to Canada for a snowboarding like trip for 6 months?
Loz, huh?
Loz, yeah.
I love that.
She's so
Still really,
awesome.
really good friends with her.
Awesome. And I've forgotten what the third
Sorry if you're
point
listening,
was.
darling. Love you, babes.
It's odd. The moment I knew me and Tom were going to be like, well, good, solid mates, is when he came over to my for a party and we
Yeah,
spent.
that was awesome.
It was was it you, me, and Loz at the time? We just sat in my living
Not that
room.
Loz. No. it's-
Yeah, different Loz. We just sat in my living room and we threw a tennis ball to each other for about 3 hours.
It was phenomenal.
Oh, I remember.
was
we were.
wicked.
Yeah, we were.
And then
we
we-
were rooting for you and timing you. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
And then the next day we took it up to a football. It got a little bit tricky then.
But yeah, Tom Ryan.
I've got one more thing. 172-hour party.
192.
Sorry, 192-hour
Thank you very
party.
much.
Get it right.
With the, I got an award, didn't I? The best unconscious retort or something like that.
Oh yeah, when we woke
You
you
want a
up,
cigarette 3 times in your face, motherfucker?
Taz woke up Jonny by punching him repeatedly in the face, pretty much, and
And then-
shouting,
and-
"Do you want a cup of tea?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was, "Do you want a cup of tea? Do you want a cup of tea? Do you want a cup of tea?" He's come out, still half asleep, Jonny, this is, sorry, and just screamed in his face, "Tea, yeah? Tea? Tea, yeah? 3 times in your
No, it
face,
was
motherfucker."
cigarette.
Oh, a cigarette, was it?
Just went-
Cigarette 3 times in your
Because-
face, motherfucker.
Because I backed off. Like he was like Jonny was getting kind of waking up and getting frustrated, so I backed off and just waiting for him to get. Like, you asked me, he's like, "What is that? Do you want a cigarette, Jonny?" And he went, "Cigarette, cigarette, cigarette, cigarette 3 times in your face, motherfucker!" Fucking hip. It was wicked. We've got
And then
footage of that somewhere.
We've
I've got
recorded
the
it, yeah.
DVD.
It's on the DVD, yeah.
Safe
I've got
and
that.
sound.
We made a DVD of that house
Yeah.
party. It was fucking fun. We may have to put
That's
that on
where
YouTube.
you originally did the Hello Dave thing. right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we can't put it on YouTube. His
Oh, and
penis is all
what was
over
it? Windmill kicking Beth in the head with a motorbike helmet.
No, we
No,
can't
no,
put this
that-
on the internet because that's my dad's crush helmet.
I don't know what
still.
I'm talking about.
If so, he's an irresponsible.
Yeah, should be changed.
Oh my god, that was that house party where Jonny decided to make an entrance, so climbed through my front window, simultaneously breaking off my windsill.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah.
My windows were made out of rotten wood. Like, you put a little bit of weight on it and it just collapsed like balsa. Like, it just went. And I had to explain that to my parents when they got home. Yeah, because this was all in my parents' house at the time, listeners.
So yeah,
The fact that party, you turned up before my parents even left for holiday with a tent.
yes, I did. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Anyway,
But yeah,
enough of wanking me off.
Tom Ryan,
Thomas Ryan.
Tom Ryan.
One true
podcaster.
Are you
Where,
actually cheesy?
Tom Ryan. Yes, let's have a little cheers.
Tom Ryan.
Toast!
The man, the legend.
You ain't seen my legend.
Yes, I have a world champion.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Andy, I believe you got
More
a
of a
topic
fool,
for
I
us.
guess.
I do have a next topic.
Is this from Captain Sickbeard or Aussie Dan?
Well, it's not from Captain Sickbeard.
Aussie Dan. Hat trick.
What's too personal to put up on Facebook?
A video of the 192-hour house party with Darren's Todger all over it.
Most of the videos that were ever taken in this house are probably too personal to put on the Facebook.
There's a lot I would have said would be too personal to put up on Facebook, but recently what's happened is every time we put the show up, it goes like we do a link on Facebook, and then I'll put it up on Facebook as well, and some of those have featured some definitely Facebook not saying stories on my behalf. So
I wince every time that post gets posted up on Facebook. Like, who's going to hear it this time?
oh shit! I don't think I shared of butt plugs and anal beads. I really should. That's a fantastic episode.
Also, I've got to say, how the fuck did that get through iTunes censor bot?
Yeah.
I saw the title that you put up and I was like, I'm going to chance it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I enjoyed last episode. That was pretty good.
I don't know exactly what's too personal to put up on Facebook. I remember a friend of mine having a kid, and it being revealed to me that the amount of time between when someone is now born and when their first photos come up on Facebook
God.
is something like minutes. We're talking people with iPhones uploading brand new baby pictures. You can
understand
only
why.
be 4 minutes old and already have a Facebook profile. You can be in the womb and have a Facebook profile, which is fucking ridiculous.
Would we say
Move to the point before you're in the womb.
Oh no! Do you know what?
This one almost made it.
Oh god, wank ranks on the internet.
I'm actually well okay with people making Facebook profiles for their babies, because that means they flood their timeline a lot less with the pictures. Now, you don't make friends with the baby because it's a fucking baby.
What about people making Facebook accounts for their pets?
If they dress their pets up, it's fine. If not, fuck off.
It's our standards.
One of my favourite Twitter posters is Cats and Money, which is just a load of what looks like drug dealing cats.
I think for births, too personal for Facebook can be described as crowding.
What?
No, but that'd be strangely okay on Twitter, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, when we're saying the question was, what is it that
There's
you...
Too personal. No, too personal for Facebook.
Too personal for Facebook.
I can only think of, like, arguments between couples that end up on Facebook.
Yeah, but that's cringe. That's not like...
But it's too personal for me to see. Fuck off.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's their choice to air their dirty laundry all over Facebook, that to me, and I have seen that
You
happen.
dump them and you move on to the next waitress.
I just tend to look at that and cringe. When I think too personal, it's those kind of details where people don't realise just how WTF it comes across to everyone. Like, they sincerely post something like, I thought I was pregnant, had a really bad curry last night, think I got rid of it in the toilet just now. Or not that, but that kind
Dear
of...
Lord.
Yeah, I know. That went from 0 to 100. That went from 0 to 100 pretty quick, I admit. But I was just rattling off whatever my brain gave me. It's that kind of stuff where they don't realise that anyone else reading that isn't going to go, "Oh, phew, yeah, you dodged that bullet." They're going to be like, "What on earth?
What a great idea. Let's get a file."
Especially for mums on her Facebook friends.
There could be a thing where you can balance like personal with absurdity. Now, if someone went on Facebook and started talking about having like, oh, do you know what, I had shit day, blah 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 blah, had a really difficult time putting in my tampon, blah 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 blah. It's like, all right, that might be a bit much. However, if their post was quite simply, all right, who put Tabasco on my tampon? I think that would be like...
Went from the shittest post to the best post ever.
You've given me a new idea for a freak.
Or a prank.
When's Rita coming around?
Sriracha snatch Rita. Oh dear.
I mean, if we were going to do that prank, I think it behoove us just to leave some yogurt nearby.
It's what?
Would behoove us just to leave some yogurt nearby.
Behoove.
We would...
I mean, I like the word, I don't know what it means.
Encouraged and kind of
wear hooves.
duty bound.
Behoove.
Behooved.
Behooves.
Yeah.
Hoove. Well done.
Have you got a topic, Diola?
I do have a topic.
Oh, are we done with Too Personal for Facebook?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Because I know there have been examples. Do you know what? I think a lot of what gets put up on Facebook is a little too personal.
Well, it begs the question: what are we using it for? Like, some people see it as a confessional, some people see it as just a funny way to contact people. Some people use it purely for like I don't know, just administrative or professional purposes.
And some people clearly use it because it's too painful just to keep their thoughts in their heads.
Yeah.
We've been given a chance to not keep them there for very long. That's true.
I use Facebook like I used to use biffinsbridge.net.
A soundboard for your personal craziness.
No, just sharing dumb shit on the internet. That's all I do on Facebook, really.
But in your defence, it is epic dumb shit.
Well,
I don't know. Yesterday I put up a picture of a fucking AC unit.
Vent Resner, motherfucker.
Resner
Yes.
pretty heat machine.
That was incredible.
I
It wasn't. It was a fucking AC unit.
It's genius.
Vent Resner is wonderful.
Yeah, all right. I giggled a lot.
I think the reason why this question might stump us is A, because it's only going to potentially coax our personal details out in story form over a podcast. B, some of us, myself included, might just take it as a challenge and go, yeah, what is too personal? I've added a lot of family members over the past 2 weeks, so I'm gonna actually be sensible and retract that statement.
Do you want me to cut that?
Posting 2 minutes. No. Leave it in. I know when I've spoken a bit too much. I'm not taking it as a challenge.
For instance, I had a double think. I thought the other day, which is like you know when something happens, and yeah, basically I had an enormous and really quick shit to the point that it felt like I was just a little away from severe anal fissuring. And when something like that happens, it's like, okay, a body process has gone hilariously wrong, and now I feel sore for the rest of the day. Like you kind of want to tell people, it's like, but obviously, like thinking about because actually, Tom, this was.
I know. I'll post it to Feces Book.
This was the other day, Tom. This was Tuesday when he came to pick up my shit.
Oh yeah. Do you want to rephrase that, man? He was straigning for hours with me just waiting for it.
No, do you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. Oh yeah, it's just like I can't tell that to anyone. Oh, maybe I can put that on fake. No, I think that's a bit much.
I think we got the title of this show. My ring's sore. Can come and pick up my shit.
Fantastic.
Oh God.
Right, sorry, Diola.
Yeah, go for it, mate. You got a toppie?
Thank you, Aussie Dan.
Before we do start, I'm going to say I'm celebrating community special by wearing Pol Pot on my head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pol Pot used to be a beanie. Well, it still is a beanie. But I'm wearing Pol Pot on my head now. There we go. Sorry, Dave.
No worries, I quite liked it. So this one's not from Aussie Dan.
So it's from Captain Sickbeard.
All right, go on.
Correct.
Do we only have 2 listeners?
Yeah, that's our community. That's what this special's for. And it's Rikard as well. Yeah, of course.
If you were being hunted by the fuzz, what's your escape plan? In brackets, like the TV show Hunted.
Vacuum cleaner.
What?
It's the only way to suck up the fuzz.
Yeah. If you're hunted by fuzz, vacuum cleaner is just it right out.
Yeah, I mean, the real question is, what do you do if you're suddenly surrounded by coppers?
Yeah.
You bend over and pick them all up and add them in with the rest of your change.
Are we talking serious tumble dryer, Lynn, or are we talking just fast down the sofa?
It's more warrior snails of the Amazon.
Oh, well, in that case, that's serious.
Peruvian fighting snails.
Yeah, Peruvian snails.
Yeah.
No, the Amazonian ones, they're much bigger.
And all female.
And all female, and they're all angry.
And distinctly less fuzzy.
Less fuzzy.
Can you
Can you see what the whimsy is doing to our friend?
Yeah, I'm just there going, no, shaking my head.
But in honest answer, it's down to how much notice you have.
Yes, right. Shall we? Does anyone know of the program The Hunted?
No, I don't.
Yes, yeah, no.
Cool.
Explain this
Right.
process.
So. We're good.
The listeners don't.
So the
They told me.
What's that, listeners? We're talking shit again. I know. So The Hunted is a program where there are volunteers that go on. I can't remember what the number is, but you get given. You have to take like 5 weeks off work to do it. I know because one of our friends is thinking of doing it.
Not Big Al.
No.
Amazing.
Anyway.
He's managed to evade meeting me.
You, the police, same thing.
Yeah. I'm as competent. To be fair.
And as late.
But what this program is you get given, you get told like an hour or something before the other guys are going to start the hunt. The other team are police investigators, some of the best investigators from around the world that are used to catching fugitives.
Yeah.
That's their job.
And they're wasting time on a TV show.
You have to survive a month, I think.
Oh,
You have to
without getting
evade them
caught
for that long.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
So I guess how would you do that? Like one of the people or a couple of people went around the canals only on bikes, got rid of all their shit. A couple of others just kind of hitchhiked
terminated
around
off the grid style.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And this is the thing, because these people, they've got access, they can get access to your bank account.
Yeah.
They can freeze your funds. They get hold of your family. They pretend to be you, texting your friends, doing this. They try and catch you out on everything. They go to villages or cities or wherever that they know you've been, and they put up wanted posters and they offer rewards for anyone giving information. Like, they're fucking shit hot at trying to find you. It's
How have
pretty cool.
I never heard of this program before? It sounds awesome.
It is.
And the best thing about it is the police wouldn't go through this effort to get you.
No.
They just wait for you to do something wrong again and then get caught.
Yeah, it's very, very fucking intense. A lot of mind games. It's very
Proper bounty.
Has anyone made the month?
Yes, there were 4 people that survived. It's only been on once. They're now recruiting for the second series.
Right.
Out of the 4 people that made it, I think I can't remember if it was like 14 or 20 people that were in the whole group.
Oh, so these people are tracking like a whole bunch at the same
A
time?
whole bunch at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I can do it, but I'm going to need pineapples, provisional driving license issued before 2005, and Baco foil.
And meet me in the graveyard, Keenan and Kel.
Who loves orange soda?
I do. Oh, fucking hell.
But, yeah, funny enough, I've
No, come on, what?
Well, dude, pineapples remove your fingerprints.
Do they? Well, the acid in them.
Yeah, amino acids, the flesh.
Oh, so you got to walk around with like a carton of pineapple and
Yeah, like
constantly dose up your
you
fingers
got to
whenever you touch
proper
something.
dose yourself, but you can take away. But you can file down your fingerprints. And,
So it kills it destroys all the oils and
so
stuff.
it's
that
just smooth skin. Okay. If you've got Baco foil, it allows you to survive colder temperatures if you have to sleep rough. If you've got a driving license issued prior to 2005, there's none of the chips in it that track you. So you've got photo ID that's transgressible. Now, if you then liquidate your funds, pass them over to a offshore account, and then put regular transactions of checks dropped to PO boxes, you could then take them to places like cash converters, where you're literally walking in the door, cashing the check, and walking out. And then
a check covered in pineapple juice.
No, the fingerprints are gone by then. Yeah. But then you're then.
Someone get me a pineapple. I need to test this.
I was going to say I've got an impression so many of our viewers are going to say that exact same. Listeners would say the exact. Wait,
So many.
I need yeah.
Like
Well,
all
I mean-
3 of them. But yeah, and then
There's only 2 so far this
if
episode.
you live a cash-only existence, and if you need a mobile, you get a burner.
It's very good on all these things people have tried. Like we're getting lots of pay-to-go phones. Like we were watching some of it not at work.
And we were definitely not at work while we built all the Lego.
I don't do Lego.
Right, Big Al?
I'm not homeless.
You are.
I have a house.
But yeah, no, it's a very, very cool thing. It got me thinking of how. And the kind of thing it got me thinking of how. Yeah, if I go on the run, how it'll be a big distraction. They'll get got on for days.
Just interview Hal first. He'll just talk them out of it.
But it's really interesting. All these things that you think, no, that would definitely work, and you see how quickly it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like for burner phones, getting in contact with anybody you know, they can get to them. They can offer people that you don't know that well cash money to go tell them where they are now, and they go, all right, 200 quid, thank you, and then you're cool.
Fuck it, it's TV. No one's watching. They're all on YouTube.
But the reason I was kind of based on is if you ever read the books about Jack Reacher,
I haven't, no.
they're quite good. Kind of bawny, you know.
Explain what they are.
Basically, Jack Reacher is ex-military police in America, and then he gets sent home, and then he just goes off the grid. And all he does is his pension gets sent to drop boxes where he cashes them in cash places, check cashing places, and basically he buys off the rack. And he doesn't have a mobile, and he doesn't have any kind of ID other than the bare minimum. and he's basically a hobo, but he's got enough money that he lives perfectly comfortable. And then basically he swans into town because something like a soldier he once investigated killed a bunch of people, and then he'll come in to hook it up. But like that, and like the Bourne books, like as much as they are fantasy, like and whimsy, but kind of espionage based. But the thing is, little things like I read them a lot, and like stuff like just buying all your clothes mid-range off the rack, like cash only and stuff. You could live quite easily off the grid if you get into that mindset.
But the thing is, cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people got caught out with that. Like I had a chat with Big Al saying, well, the first thing you do, because you've got an hour, I think, or something, a very, very short period of time.
Oh, did I mention I need the burqa?
This came up. Big Al was just like, I'll just wear a burqa. And I was like, dude, you're like 8 million years tall. And a man. You're going to get caught quite quickly.
Only on the outside.
Okay, so I think all I need for this is like 3 candles, 7 pagans, and my firstborn child, and that's all I'd need to evade.
Oh, in that case, could I get 3 pieces of wood, 10 cc's of mouse blood?
No, I'm being serious.
I'm
I'm talking about casting a motherfucking spell.
So am I. I'm talking about the Rite of Ashkenty from Terry Pratchett.
Oh, you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wait, how would talking to death help you?
Fuck it. It's well, if anyone's going to know the answer.
That's the ultimate escape, surely.
Yeah.
Just make sure your hourglass is empty.
Yeah. Right. Pulls out the eyeglass.
Could you
smash
imagine
it,
if someone
gone.
did that on the Hunted?
Well, talk to
Summon
death.
death. Kill me.
Not summon.
Oh, just
death.
shot themselves to win the money.
Just kill themselves.
Yeah.
Just like got a boat, went out into the ocean, and drowned themselves.
I suppose if you went on with
Well, they win.
They do win.
No, they wouldn't, because the last thing is you have to get to a point to get out of the country.
Okay.
Well, this point gets given to you, and it could be anywhere in the UK.
One person you have never met inherits the entire prize money if they come out and fish you out of the ocean and take you to the finish line.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was really winning for just winning's sake.
Yeah, damn right. I haven't got the entire plan worked out, but trying to get rid of your fingerprints. How about you just have your exact same plan, Eddie, but you have a trained koala that touches everything you need.
Yes, but one better, you could actually...
Because
You could actually...
I love the fact you went, yes.
Well, koalas have got fingerprints that are completely identical to human.
According to movies, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So what
We're
I'm
going
saying...
on movie
what
logic,
I'm saying
people,
is,
by the way.
if you got a koala skin glove...
And that's so much easier than training a koala.
I'm just throwing it out there. Plus also, trying to buy eucalyptus on a regular basis might stick out.
Oh, that's not a problem. I got a dealer.
Okay.
But
You know a man.
I think trying to train him not only to put the card in the ATM, but also type in your PIN number is going to be a little bit tricky.
But on the plus
Just
side...
beat you on the head.
plus-
1, 2,
Tom,
3.
Plus, on the plus side, the koalas are quite susceptible to chlamydia, so when you bang the waitress, you can blame the koala.
And that's how you'd evade the police.
And it sucks I'm allergic to penicillin.
Wait, so do they have to evade capture for a month and then get to
Shit,
this?
you're fucked.
Yeah, so that they basically have to go on the run,
Tom.
and I think they've got. It's normally done within one person or a pair of people, and that person gets a little camera person with them, and they get told the day before or 48 hours before they have to get to the extraction point to finish.
Shit, I don't like to be an advert, but how the fuck do I watch this?
Channel 4, mate.
It's Channel 4.
Yeah, just go on all
Sounds
4.
good.
Yeah,
If you go to channel4.com,
It
you
looks
can
very
look
cool.
up their new
is
all
very
4 programming on the internet. You just sign up quickly through Facebook,
TRANWYLMIR.
Twitter, or create your own account.
Books.
In the interest...
I know.
Urban legend.
Can I just say how I learnt about all 4 and their on-demand internet service? I was really fucked up and wanted to watch Spaced.
Yeah.
Can I just say...
Every episode of Spaced, this is the best thing on the internet.
In the spirit of balance, we should also point out there are other channels you can tune into to view very fine footage, but don't bother with Channel 5. They've got Gotham, and then the rest is shit.
Fair play.
Gotham's pretty good.
But the rest is shit.
I've got a very simple way to evade the fuzz.
Go on then.
Shave.
You just say thank you. Please and thank you. End of exchange.
Oh, you witty bastard.
You.
I genuinely don't think I have one. It's something that I've probably thought about in the past, and what would I do? It's probably something that I've thought about when somebody might have said, "Cool, look at that! Wouldn't it be wicked if you could like play hide and seek up there?" And I was thinking, yeah, like maybe that place would be fairly good to get lost around. So, but I don't think I've got a complete plan.
Sorry, I just had a picture made of the police
I don't think I've got a
99,
complete
100.
Yeah.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
Oh, do you know what would be a
I'm behind the
wicked...
tree.
Not being arrested.
A wicked way to do it is, like, already have your zombie plan formed.
Your what?
Your zombie plan formed.
All right,
blow out
So
the stairs.
in the event of zombies, here's your plan.
Sorry.
When you're told that this is... okay, you're now being chased, just enact your zombie plan. Go to the garden centre with
As
your
if the police
crowbars.
were the zombies.
Kill everything that moves.
Make a fort.
Exactly. Just shelve yourself in.
If
Make sure
you-
you've got all your supplies.
Taz, if you refer back
You get
to a
charged
very
with
early...
insanity and you'll just be put
Taz, if you refer back to a very early pot topic, I think we all agreed that the ultimate weapon was two plants tied together in the pots as nunchucks.
Two
Yeah,
plants.
bloody hell.
Yes.
tied together.
Did I don't remember.
But those pots would fly off pretty quickly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Taryn. We got to the point of podcasting where someone refers to something on our podcast and we don't remember it.
Yeah!
We're fucking podcasters!
We've done it, man! We've done it!
On the same subject, 2 weeks ago, they started referencing stories on the conversational games night, and I was there for that story, and I was like, we've reached AD.
Alright, so I've got another one. If everyone wants to hear another one.
Yep, let's
Or
go
you
for
can
another
go
one.
longer.
Thank you very much, Dom, for that one.
Thank you.
Nice one. This one comes from Chris Bugs.
Hey.
Right, Chris.
Worth pointing out. Look forward to something. Me and Chris are cooking something up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're
Meth.
doing- we're-
This is Howitzerbug on YouTube. Check
Yeah.
out his
We've
gameplay
got a
videos.
Howitzerbug pot topic crossover thing planned. Watch out for that. But he asks, favourite tongue twister?
Oh, no, I had some good one of these because I worked out that my girlfriend's car talks any text that you send it when she's driving.
Oh, brilliant.
So I was just going online and copying, pasting like page-long tongue twisters into my phone and sending them to her. I can't remember any of them though. It's rather
I'm
disappointing.
a traditionalist pheasant plucker.
Sorry, I've got
Yeah.
to go along that talk and text thing. This was back when I was working in the pub with Beth years and years and years ago.
My lord.
So some of the guys
Where?
there decided that I looked
Where
like
was
the Frosties kids.
The Frosties
The
kid.
one
Yeah.
that got bullied.
Yeah, the one that ended up getting.
Frosty's kids?
Yeah, there was the song. They're gonna taste great.
Okay, so we're talking about Kellogg's Frosties.
They're gonna taste great. Now, it was like I eventually got given the Sunday afternoon shift.
He deserved everything he got, to be fair.
I was eventually given the Sunday afternoon shift at the pub, which was which was just me by myself. And most of that shift was spent carefully cleaning the glass washer. However, this one time,
What? That's
phone
a euphemism
rang.
for
I just-
wanking.
I'm not even going to go into how much care I put into that glass washer right now. Moving on, like
didn't change the
this one
topic.
shift, I was kind of busy doing, my general Sunday shit, and then the phone went, so I sort of went over and said, "Hello, Rising Sun. This is Taz speaking. How can I help you?" And they're going to taste great. They're going to taste great. Over and over again down the phone. That was just a little sidebar because you just mentioned text talking shit. Favourite tongue twisters?
Favourite tongue twisters? Yeah, I'm not sure I can actually really remember any. I mean,
I have a simple favourite.
go on.
Go on.
It's very simple. I use it with my students. It's just 11 benevolent elephants. I really enjoy saying that quickly. 11 benevolent elephants. 11
benevolent elephants.
There's one going around the internet at the moment, which is a drunk Scottish guy trying to say purple burglar alarm. which is it's got too many R's in it.
But that's the problem.
The other one is purple curly whirly.
Purple curly whirly is the one.
I don't know if it counts, but my favourite tongue twister is from a song, actually.
Go on.
And it's Gotta make a burger, take a faker like a sticky leg and shake up and it's the funnest of the flavours. Does that count?
Is that Scooby Snacks?
No, it's
1 week by the bare naked
Bare
ladies.
Naked Ladies.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
That counts, does it?
Definitely.
Hard
I
to
think
say.
my favourite. Sorry, completely cone. Sorry.
No, go for it. No, we're finished.
No!
I think my favourite
Seven
tongue
hosts.
twister is red lorry, yellow lorry.
That's the classic.
One reason, because whenever I do it, it always turns into a tune in my head. So it goes red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red la 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 la.
Do you know what's strange?
We get 3 in and I'm done.
I would love to hear a 4-part choir do that tune, but only red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't it be good?
That would be incredible.
On an entirely different subject, I always liked red lolly, yellow lolly.
But I mean that's the Asian version.
What is it?
But I say this as a fully fledged 7 years of experience. Please give me a job. English teacher, getting a classroom of Asian students to do red lorry, yellow lorry is fantastic.
That is a beautiful moment.
I had a long career ahead of me.
See,
Comedic genius.
if we're going for just like full on hilarious results, is there two smart gentlemen? They felt smart.
Oh, damn it, that's the one I was Googling. You bastard, I was here on my phone.
Motherfucker. But somebody please go.
Yeah, please try it. It's
Two
fucking...
smart gentlemen, they felt smart.
Two smart gentlemen.
What did they do, Johnny?
Two smart gentlemen, they felt smart.
Yes.
Say it faster, keep going.
Two smart gentlemen, they felt smart. Two smart gentlemen, they felt smart. Two smart gentlemen, they felt smart. Two smart gentlemen, they smell fart. It's about 8-6 you got to hit. And then
This is radio gold.
someone do pheasant plucker.
See, I'm actually a massive fan.
Pheasant plucker, pheasant plucker, pheasant plucker.
No, I'm not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son, and I'll be plucking pheasants until the pheasant plucking's done.
I'm actually a massive fan of Peter Piper.
What, the garage? No one does seashells on the seashore anymore.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Yeah.
That's because it's mainly something I think we all learnt when we were in like nurseries.
I was teaching my nieces it 2 days ago.
They're in nursery, aren't they?
No, 1's 7, 1's 5.
Slow
You're
learners.
underestimating them.
I'm really not.
Shoot on for the pheasant plucker.
This is the hardest one in the
go
world.
for it.
Have you? What do you go for?
No, I want to hear the hardest. Come
I
on.
felt, no, I was saying that.
Do you know the hardest one in the world?
No.
No, apparently, this one it's fucking hard to say. The sixth sheep's sick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's
The
painful.
sixth sheep's sick.
It's going to be
The
sheiks because it's
Yeah,
got
sheep. The sixth sheep's sick. It's fucking.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Now, if you translate it to Lithuanian, you put an us at the end of every word. Can you do that for me now, Johnny?
Us at the end of every
Us
word.
at the end of every word.
Oh my lord. Well, like so the sixth.
No, you've got to do this.
Us at the end of every word.
The sixth sheep's
Johnny's having a stroke. Quick, Eddie.
sounds like some depraved incantation.
All of the ambulances.
The sixth
Johnny, do you smell toast?
I'll explain this. Like, I was walking through the streets of Vilnius, and I looked up
sounds
at
like
the
start
side
of
of
every
I was
this,
walking.
the capital of Lithuania, and looked up at the planetarium, and it had Planetariumus written on it. And then I noticed walking around the street, everything had just an English word with us at the end.
Epiphanius.
Fucking yes, exactly, sir.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Supus callus. Basiliscus.
So go on, Daz.
It's not quite a tongue.
Expius alias Stocius.
It's not quite a tongue twister, but I do like words that can be
Long.
unnecessarily elongated. For me, it was cinnamon.
Okay.
Like banana, no.
Like a 0.33 recurring word.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
A reciprocal
Goes on
word.
forever.
Yeah.
I had a friend, and she could not say cinnamon or words that rhymed with cinnamon. So
Cinnamon synonym. That's a fun one.
so brilliant.
Synoptics.
And
Brilliant.
and then the
Dissonant cinnamon synonym. Dissonant cinnamon synonym. Dissonant cinnamon synonym.
Carry on, John.
Are you trying to say dissonant cinnamon synonym?
I am.
Dissonant cinnamon synonym. Damn.
No, it's dissonant cinnamon
It sounds
synonym.
like Hal had a stroke and trying to say his last name.
Hi, Hal.
Synonym.
Dissonant.
Yes,
Dissonant cinnamon synonym.
Yeah.
Dissonant cinnamon synonym. Oh, God damn, that's amazing, Johnny.
Have you just invented a tongue twister during the topic about tongue twister? Fucking fabulous. I love that.
Dissonant cinnamon synonym.
Yeah, that was yes.
If I could somehow turn that into a community pun, that is well the title of this show. We've gone back to dead air. So
I'm making that into a t-shirt.
no, absolutely is.
That would be amazing if it's
Yeah,
Yes.
Which is
Like,
why
say
it's
this, please.
unfolding.
So this you get a
So
shot.
let's
So
just
this you
talk
get a
about
line.
the fact-
Yes.
Oh my god, crosstalk.
Let's talk about the fact that we've seen a bit of blank wall we haven't seen in a while because
We haven't seen that blank wall.
the game shelf is gone.
I'm well impressed that even though that piece of wall has been covered by a 9-foot pile of board games for the last 5 years, it's still incredibly stained. Like literally, that area of wall over there, it's fair play that that's stained. We've sat there with our drinks a lot.
He's
for
pointing
5
at a
years.
wall that has, like, basically the portrait of the Babadook on it. Because it's spilt drinks that have all fallen down the back of the table and has
that was my
stained the
glass of red
wall.
wine that made the bubble.
It was your glass of red wine that made that, but it's not like that's the only stain in that area.
No.
There's like 4 other stains.
Fucking hell,
just in
there's
that
half
square
a
foot.
wall at this point where it's been chipped away.
Indeed, which makes the stains behind the area we couldn't get to even more impressive in my mind.
To be fair, I'm going to take I'm going to take the other viewpoint and see the fact that it's not been stained by nicotine. Like,
True.
it's still the same
so
colour
much.
as the rest of the wall around it, and the colour being stained as fuck.
True.
So Tom, you got one for us.
I have.
Can
Guess
I
who
just-
it's from?
If you,
Aussie Dan.
No, Captain Sickbeard.
Daz was right. It's from Aussie Dan.
Let's not forget, it could be Dave. I believe he's still got some in there.
To be fair, there are a lot of community members that do submit a lot of topics. However, no one submits as many topics as Captain Sickbeard and Aussie Dan.
Yes.
So this is why this keeps happening. I feel like I might just dig around until I find another one. In a minute.
No, carry on.
No, it goes against the rules, doesn't it? So Aussie Dan says the most accurate stereotype is. I think we haven't. We haven't done this.
I remember listening
This
to
was
that.
me drunk doing my favourite stereotype
fat men eat pussy.
So what's the question exactly?
in a trench coat. No, that's us. That's us.
Hey, lady, did you ever have your asshole
Most
led by a fat
accurate.
man? No, go.
I have no
I guess-
idea.
I guess-
I've got one. Self-important people put out podcasts. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
I guess the British queuing thing is pretty solid.
Actually, yeah, no, you're
Absolutely.
not. You are
Was
completely
this-
right. Yeah.
The British queuing thing. You know that lovely photo of the fox queuing in the cash machine and people start queuing behind it? Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. English people will form a queue very quickly.
Germans will
the quickest way to
get
get
the
things done. Honestly,
get
it
the
is.
towels down. Germans will go to the poolside and put their towels down very early in the morning. But they don't see that as a stereotype. They say that's just common sense.
That's holiday for them.
Yeah.
Germans being efficient is dead on.
Yeah.
They're fucking good at
I
everything.
love that.
I don't know. I've known a lot of stoner Germans.
Fair play.
Like I've seen a lot of wreckhead Germans.
But as a nation.
I mean, there was a brief period where they weren't so popular, but as a nation, they're pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the 80s, the fucking industrial scene was fucking dumb.
Although Ramstein.
Yeah, like I said.
I mean, given that I'm not an alcoholic, I'm not.
Lol.
I mean, it's either I drink enough until I'm slightly drunk and then have to throw up at certain points, or I shit myself.
A rare insight into that.
It's always been either or.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I just...
Are you saying this isn't an accurate representation of an Irishman?
No, because the stereotype behind Irishmen is that they can drink and drink and drink and drink. And
They also have a stereotype for fighting.
Not that they fail to drink and then shit themselves.
Exactly. I'm not going to let my people suffer for my mistakes.
To be fair, there was at no point that night he failed to drink. Every point where he intended to drink, he did so with gusto. Heads the shit.
So I came in. I just went to the toilet. Yeah.
You came in the toilet? What?
I did come in the toilet.
That was quick.
It was
I didn't even see you leave.
stereotypes are true.
practiced.
It's what happens when you live
down
in
or
a...
standing up?
Hybrid, mate. But coming to the conversation late, talking about stereotypes and hearing British people queue and Germans do not. I was in Hamburg with my mum, and it was fucking lovely, beautiful weather, fucking lovely city. What a beautiful place! But we were going on this little river cruise of this wonderful big lake around there. And we'd been standing near the boat. This is like, oh yeah, I'll be in about 20 minutes. That's brilliant. Well, we'll wait here. It's a lovely day, whatever. So we kind of waiting we're waiting for people to get there. Kind of start getting in a bit of a queue. So me and my mum and little brother, and then at the point where
I love every single one of your stories because it gets to the point where you go.
and so me, my mum and brother start getting in the queue, and all the Germans push in. Because that they just weren't queuing for this thing. So I could see my mum getting more and more and more irate to the point where one more German pushed past her. And she just looked at me and just went, "This is why we won the war!"
Yes. Brilliant.
Oh, wow. God, it was fucking beautiful.
Fucking love Andy.
That's the second thing I've heard about her in as many days, and I love her.
God.
Oh dear, what a wonderful woman.
God, yeah.
Right, should we move on?
Well,
I told you when I met her, I went up to her and I said, "Was it you that spawned this motherfucker?" And she went, "Who's this?"
Well, because he's got 3 of the little motherfuckers.
See, in the same respect with that queuing thing with Germans, that's more just a cultural thing. It's just we all want to get on there, so we will all just try and get on there. Indians tend to have the same thing, but in regards to food. So last year at the beginning of the year, I went to an Indian wedding for one of my ex-colleagues, and they had a beautiful plethora of food, finger food, buffet food, whatever, laid out in the hallway. Now, if anyone here hasn't been to India or tried this kind of Indian food laid out like that, it is the most vibrantly coloured, beautiful selection of food ever, and they all look like... It could be savoury, it could be sweet, I don't care, I want to taste the rainbow.
They had Skittles?
No, honestly, it is astounding. You could pick
Those
something...
Hindi know how to pie, mate.
Yeah, you could pick something up that had, blue, red, green, all these magnificent colours to it. You would have no idea what it might taste like. And then each bite, it's trying something new. It's a whole mix of new flavours. But when I'm looking at this, before food was being served, I was sort of just, wow, okay, right, we'll go in, we'll say hello, sit down, meet everyone, and then it's like the second that people go, Thank you all for coming. We're here to celebrate the wedding of. You may now get your food, and in due time you could go up to at the front where they sit and say hello. Now, because we knew there was going to be loads of family there that would be going up to say hello to them, I thought, get up, get food first, put that on the table, then we can sort of go up and say congrats. Wow. I think I left without even saying hello to them while they were up on the, not thrones, but essentially like a couple's set of chairs. Because I politely stood at the end of what I thought was the queue, picked up a plate, and then just sort of looked and waited, and there was lots and lots of people there, and they're all wearing lovely outfits. Just after about 2 or 3 minutes of eyeballing all this delicious food, I realised I haven't moved. And then I look at all the people in the queue, children, elderly people, you name it, the whole lot. They just find a gap within the people and step in. And because me politely standing back and not instantly reaching over somebody to get something, they just think, oh, well, obviously you're not hungry then, so I'll step in front of you. And I had to stand there for another, 2 minutes before an elderly Indian...
Oh,
No, not typical.
That's treating a buffet like a bar, which makes
Exactly what I was going to say.
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. But it worked because the fact was my stupid British politeness that's been drilled into me since moving here basically resulted in an elderly Indian woman going, "Hello, my dear, I'll show you how it's done."
Oh my God, that's a bit. No, don't do not do that.
No voice.
Okay.
No voice.
No voice.
Estuary accent Hindu woman.
Sorry,
Come
just
on.
whether it's a good impression or not, I'm not being bloody racist, so you're the ones imposing that on me. Good, I'm glad I cleared my side of it. She actually had to come along, take the plate out of my hands, push family members out of the way. Little children stood there going, "Oh yeah, I want that one, I want that one." And she would just grab them by the shoulder and go, move out the bloody way, throw them to one side, and then
Almost
just
said bloody Indian accent.
and then fill my plates with as many different things as quickly as possible, occasionally going, "You like the look of this one?" And I'd just quickly give a nod or a shake, and she would throw it on, and then just handed it to me and went, "Go on, enjoy your food. If you want more, I'll wait for you." Yeah, I mean, it was...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but I would have been there for hours if I had just...
Wait, so
The stereotype
you
of
were so
Japanese being
English
polite.
despite being an Irishman that an Indian woman became your waiter. If that's not my favourite accurate stereotype, I don't know what is.
Anyone else?
Oh, it's like a non-white showing a white person how the rest of the world does it.
How to not be a knob.
Japanese people are very polite. I think that's
Extremely accurate.
Sorry, can I just...
Yeah.
That thing, it reminded me of a very good joke, oddly enough, from The Big Bang Theory. You know Raj? Raj
Not
was-
personally, but...
Oh, you mean the walking stereotype in that show?
He was talking to Howard about they were at a dinner party and people were giving out food and stuff, and he said, "You know, the mistake that you made that we never made is in India we don't let our slaves have dreams."
Yeah.
Oh,
Incredible line. It's like it's dark as hell and clever as fuck.
that is actually really cool.
Out of The Big Bang Theory, it was cogent.
Sorry, Reed.
I just like to say I'm very excited because Dream Theater have a new song and I want to listen to it, but I'm on a podcast so I can't.
I was chatting to a man at work today who told me, "Fuck, Dream Theater are putting up a new track today." When is it?
What?
It's like this evening.
Yes.
So who was the comic who just he just annihilated one of the classic stereotypes?
Donald Trump.
No. All right. Hang on. I was going to say paid comedian, but he's still a paid comedian. Never mind. No, like actual stand-up comedian. So he annihilated the stereotype by saying, sort of pointing out that, well, yeah, all right, black people all really like fried chicken. But everybody really likes fried chicken.
And watermelon.
Fuck me. There's no watermelon. I want to do vodka watermelon again sometime. That was
Dude,
lovely.
slow gin watermelon.
Oh, motherfucker, that sounds good.
Can we do,
I am so hard.
Slag.
Can we do like slow gin shisha with the water as watermelon juice?
Oh, dear Lord.
Let's make the shisha out of dreams.
No, let's make it out of
tangible
shisha.
ones.
It'll smell better.
Sorry?
No, let's make it out of shisha. It'll be better.
Be incredible.
Anyway, our second host on the Whimsy podcast is the left mandible from an ant. A very clever one, apparently.
Interestingly enough, it's made out of concern.
So it's in me.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know about accurate stereotypes because, like, accurate would you've got to kind of define the level of accuracy.
yeah.
And I don't know that that just kind of applies to pretty much all. Diona, you've got your hand up.
I wasn't
Hand up
listening to what
what?
you were saying.
No
But,
worries.
Another very, very bog standard stereotype was when I was in America. We went to the Hoover Dam, which was very nice.
No vacuums in sight, by the way.
No,
That's very disappointing.
Lie.
That
Was Megatron in
that
there?
would be a 19th century single man.
Was Megatron?
Damn.
Was Megatron in there?
I wish.
Michael Bay lied.
Anyway, story that Diona was telling, yes.
Yes, and so there were these snails, right? No, and
If you look closely, the Hoover Dam is just made out of snails.
They're climbing it very slowly.
Really? Damn.
It's just, yeah.
Hoover, and yeah, we went there, and the beginning bit is you go and watch basically an info vid, a short video thing that's set up in a very small cinema kind of thing to give you a little bit of history,
Right,
And
okay.
it's horrendously American stereotypical,
Yeah.
to the point of stupid patriot levels. To the point where they've got the dam being built and they'll cut from a slow-mo shot of the dam to water on the top of the dam with the sunset and then the water being tipped on a baby's head whilst Hoover
Jesus blows it.
yeah. And go, this is an American dam built by American people. But he didn't say built, he said builded.
Oh, no.
So me and the other English folk that were there were giggling.
Yeah.
We got scowled at by Americans, I shit you not, almost in tears at this video. And before you take the elevator all the way down, which is fucking lovely, to see all the generators, you go past a green screen. So on your way out, you get your stereotypical, look, here's you in front of the Hoover Dam. Here's you in front of the Hoover Dam with a big flag. Blah, 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 blah. And the dude was like, hey, would you like to see your picture with you guys in front of the Hoover Dam with this big American flag? And we just kind of went, no. And he went, next.
Okay, no,
Okay.
I've got to agree with that. Kind of the idea that there's a certain inherent fierce jingoism to the general population of America is
And that's the English stereotype that is hella accurate, which is they fucking hate that shit because it's as American as fuck.
yes we do.
I do like the... Do you remember those old Speckled Hen adverts on Dave? They still have those now? With the fox on the bar.
No, they've moved on to things about like renaming instruments, like they call the saxophone the bendy sex whistle.
Ah, okay, I've seen. Okay, no, but I just remember this one. I don't know if it's. I guess it counts as a stereotype, perhaps. It's like the French have over 2,000 cheeses. Keep going, boys. We'll get to cheddar eventually. Like,
Oh,
Brilliant.
Okay, so yeah, go on quick sidebar. One of my favourite things ever was the part of George Bush Jr.'s speech going, "Did you know the French have no word for entrepreneur?"
it's incredible. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I can't believe he actually did that. I have one more. When I went into the Scientology museum, I guess, or whatever, church in London. Where is it? It's near
Near Blackfriars.
National. Yeah, near National. They had a screen playing of people talking about Scientology, and there was an American talking about Scientology, and he was speaking, and I understood what he was saying. And then a Mexican came on speaking perfect English, and they had subtitles for him. It's just
Oh my lord!
Wow.
Oh,
like he sounds the same. Oh, but thank you. Like, I couldn't hear through the Mexican. Like, Fucking soundproof sombrero. It's a nightmare. Cluster of them. Okay. Hermetically sealed audio tortoise. Like.
That's it. I've got the baffling material we need for our recording studio when we move in.
Mariachi bands.
Yeah, that's it. Ole.
Right,
Oh, that's not fair. Mariachi aren't Mexican.
So I have sifted through the community chest, and let's see who we are. Actually, this is from. We have somebody new here. So this is coming from. This is coming from Rikard. Rikard.
OG motherfucker, Rikard.
Represent.
Rikard says,
Rup.
I made it about 5 months in Eve. In that time, I blew up more ships than I earned. I assume Tom did better than me. Got any stories to share?
No, he just wrote a fucking macro. Let that do the work for him.
Yeah, I quickly discovered that it was
People
possible.
might not know what Eve is.
So EVE Online is a massively multiplayer online video game where it is by CCP, and there is actually a monument in Iceland to EVE because it is a vast proportion of the money that Reykjavik pulls in every year.
The thing is, all Eve is space, and in space there is economy.
Yep, there's
Everything
definitely a
is
market.
based around the fact that there is economy. So you could just mine and earn shit, but then you can
mine,
also make
you can
corporations.
Oh, a corporation is basically like a clan in EVE.
Yeah.
So it's not like a business, but
Mate, it's so much more advanced. Like
It's
the people are assigned
ridiculous.
positions.
It's like a real
You know Andy
society.
Beard? Andy Beard got lost in that game.
Yes, he did. Because he's the motherfucker who keeps trying to get me to resubscribe, and I have a free month waiting for me anytime I fucking want. However, I know that free month is going to be spent the exact same way I spend every other month in EVE, which is write a macro that can mine shit for me, fly it back to fucking systems, to my home base, dump it off, and then fly back out, find an astral belt, and mine it. Because I got really good at programming computers to play video games for me, rather than actually play the video game.
The thing is, Tom, like you ended
shit at Mortal Kombat.
like you ended up like you wrote a mining macro that would just allow your ship to like go forth, do some mining, come back, deposit, earn. But then after a while,
is appropriate.
well, whatever. Like after a while of this, you realised that every now and then you were getting destroyed or hurt or attacked by pirates and losing ship.
Yep.
So you then designed a macro because you said, I believe your words at the time was the most likely time to be ambushed by pirates is as you're coming out of warp. Or black hole,
Yeah, whatever their
and,
term is for it.
Yeah. And you know, there are points where this is more likely, so people set up ambushes there. So he set up a macro to counteract this, in which, like, if he was returning from a mining thing, he'd go through the warp, and then if people attacked, he'd go back through, and then this would kind of afford him some time of just
basically
leeway.
bounced between warps, so just keep warping
So
until I eventually got
be
back
attacked,
to the ship. Like 6 hours later, just be this like freighter just going backwards and forwards. I also, at the end of my game of EVE, I discovered that I could look at the colour of a particular pixel on the monitor. So what I did was every time I changed the UI to a plugin on this video game where it would change my health to a different colour based on my ship's hull integrity. So every time it got to red, my ship would automatically walk back to home, pull up, and just stay there until I came back. So I wrote I wrote macros to play a game that I didn't want to play, and it played it for me very well, better than I could play it.
And you can't wait to play it again.
It's really addictive. The problem
The game
is,
you don't want to play.
it's the same. In my brain, it's the same thing that people who play idle games really enjoy. So idle games being like cookie clickers or time clickers, those kind of things, where it's or based like any iOS game you've ever played, where you want to build something, it takes time, and then you build it, and then you build the next thing, which is bigger because you got the resources from the first thing to make that thing quicker. So it's that kind of mentality. Numbers go up, brain gets happy, you get endorphin rush. And that's it. That is all that game is. However, it had a nasty side to it, Eve.
See, this is the thing. Like, Eve is a game that I never want to play, but I'm glad that people do, because the stories that come out of it are fucking
Wasn't there a
ludicrous.
massive online war?
Oh, they're every fucking Tuesday, mate.
Yeah, but there was meant to be someone
there wasn't
like,
just one. Like, the thing is, what people will do is, like, you know, they'll start playing, they'll do whatever they do, and then they'll end up joining a corporation, and then as they work up the corporation, they'll agree to, do you know what, let's be a spy in this other corporation. So they'll start another account, do whatever's going to get them attracted to this other corporation, work their way, spend fucking years working as a spy, and like, there'll be multiple people doing this. Bearing in mind there are multiple corporations, there'll also be spies from other corporations figuring out, oh, these people are going to do this, so let's help them do that, but still be a member of the corporate. And like, there are plots that take years to happen, and at times involve action in the real world.
To the point where they're like cutting power to people's houses. Like, they are really going out there, like, destroying power lines and stuff like that to make sure that key members of some war never get there. Or those people that need to go back to a base and set up the resources to make sure that base is then protected. Like, I can't remember what it is, like energy or whatever, but something the base needs to keep the shield up. And if they go to that house at a particular moment in time, they can cut the power to their house before they get in, so they can't return the resources. The station is then left defenseless, so they can attack and take it over. It gets ridiculous. It's such a cool
Eve
game.
is one of those kind of unintentionally augmented reality games in that, like, it bleeds over into the real. It's so incredible.
It's beautiful.
Never want to play it.
Never. No, don't want to do it again.
Am I right in saying that Eve involves real money as well? If you did want to put
that's the amazing thing. This kind of happened after I was playing Eve, because I was playing Eve during the beta. I was playing Star Wars Galaxy's beta, and MMO to save some time was getting into Eve, and then I got really hooked and ended up playing it all the way through to when I was living with Taryn, which was like 4 years later. But they introduced this thing after I quit, which is time plexes, where if you earn enough in-game credits, you can then exchange that for a monthly subscription or game playing time. So then all of a sudden, these credits in the real world have a monetary value.
It has the game value it has.
Rate. And the fact they call the currency fucking ISK after the Icelandic currency is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Am I right in saying that it was a year or two ago now, where it was either Eve themselves or
CCP.
Or they decided to put in a ridiculous sized ship broken up that was worth in real money like £250,000.
I hadn't heard this, but this sounds pretty likely.
Pieces.
Well, everyone had a war, and you've got people that have funneled real money into their online resource for their ship, their clan, their whatever, their corporation.
Yeah.
And this gigantic war cost thousands upon thousands of real pounds.
All of a sudden,
because there was a giant war where people's ships got destroyed that people have actually went to work and earned money to pay for.
And this is all kind of off the back of unintentional. Let's let the players, if they're playing really, really hard and they're earning enough in-game currency, they can exchange that for real time. Because that's kind of giving back to the community. And it turned into full-out fucking warfare. It got nasty. It was nasty to start with. It got fucking nasty.
It's an incredible story.
I don't know about Eve other than what I've heard online.
Other than seeing my screensaver style video game.
But other than that, it was possibly the last war that I may have seen noted on Facebook or something like that, because they even had multiple users who set up Skype accounts and gave out the password and code name so that you could actually just log on and either Skype with the person playing it, or they would have a feed directly into their part of the battle. So you could tune into multiple players' Skype IDs and it would automatically link up to what they were looking at and doing. And it was just like people actually, it almost became a Skype sport.
No, like seriously, like video games quite often are aiming for the category of esports nowadays, where they're trying to become popular with a community before they even release, because they're going to be esports. It's going to be a thing to watch.
Yeah, but
and if you categorize yourself that in development, you're an idiot. Because
Eve has just become e-life for some people.
it's incredibly deep.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so deep.
Like
It's ridiculous.
Second Life was a bit of a joke.
It's a chat room.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a lot of fun years.
Well,
Second Life.
also kind of a chat room. E is a fucking lifestyle. Eve is a lifestyle. It's ridiculous.
It's too much. It's too much. I can't go back to it ever again.
No.
It's either that or heroin. I can't touch it. But yeah, like all my stories from Eve, like as the topic asked. Let's go back to that.
Yeah.
What was the topic again?
Any stories?
Ricard made it about 5 months, and does
Oh, yeah.
Tom have any stories to share?
I think like the most of my time in Eve was spent mining or hauling stuff from one side of the universe to the other.
As was most of my time in RuneScape.
And I even wrote macros that. Okay, so in the UI, if you click on one of the contacts in space and go warp there, it will warp you out about 5k away from 5,000 meters from the.
Thanks for the translation.
There we go. That's easy. It was probably even further, to be fair. It's space.
How many arcsites is that?
But no, away from like a Stargate, so you couldn't jump to not Stargate, Warp Gate. Sorry,
You've
so you couldn't get to the
cross-franchises.
next system. I had bookmarks set up that were all just past the Warp Gate. So as you came out of Warp, you smacked into the fucking Warp Gate, and then instantly the macro would transport you to the next system. Like I got really fucking deep into writing macros for that game. That is all I did, and that was, to be fair, the most fun I could possibly have with it.
Yeah.
You know, that,
Because it was like an engineering degree, sort of like, I'm going to work this out.
that thing you said earlier about making it so you just went from one warp to another and people couldn't attack you.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this thing Alex did in Halo when we were playing on like the sort of arcade levels where you're just trying to kill as many people as possible. He set up a load of teleporters, like teleporters around different places, and made it so that when he went through one teleporter, he just went round infinitely, bouncing around on this
Yeah.
level, just shooting everyone as he
Almost
popped out
like
and then disappearing.
Portal.
And then, yeah, exactly. Just infinite though. Left it for hours, went out, came back, still moving around. It's great.
So yeah, Eve is a hell of a game, and CCP, you don't know what you were doing when you made that game. Like, you destroyed
made
lives.
something awful and
You've
wonderful.
destroyed lives and made stories. Like,
Wicked. I think we got time for one last topic.
yeah, let's chuck another one in quickly. Go on.
Dave Vincent.
Hey!
If you never had to worry about money again, what would you choose to do with your days and why? In brackets, after you get bored with partying, and I appreciate this could take some time for some of you, close brackets. I've given this some thought, and because like with the whole whimsy about if you won like Euro Millions and all that crap, I don't even do Euro Millions, so I don't know why I'm whimsical about it. But I've often thought it would be nice to just fill my day with one-on-one teaching. So like, wake up, have like some time with like a personal trainer or a martial arts instructor, and then like do some time with like musical instruments, languages, just like whatever takes my whim, and then have a tutor
Takes your
come in.
whim.
That's what I heard as well. That is
Whim.
exactly what I heard as well.
Now I'm just thinking of the Buffy keyboard.
Xylophone buggery.
Zebra.
Your whim.
Whatever
Cool whim.
whim I am subject to. But I just thought it'd be nice because if you had like one-on-one training with a very skilled tutor, like you're going to pick up languages and skills and trades very quickly.
That'd be a very productive way of using your time.
And then in the
And then
evening,
drugs.
get we'll try that again. And then
That's brilliant.
no. And then in the evening, after a very productive day, I can get fucked up on drugs.
So
You caught on.
Yeah. I was building to that the whole time. You just robbed it. It's there.
Could you just repeat the question just one more time?
Okay.
Money,
If you-
no object. What do you do?
If you bothered to listen to this the first time, you would have heard me say,
Some snails.
if you never had to worry about herding snails again, what would you choose to do with your days and why? After you get bored with partying with snails, and I appreciate this could take some time for some of you, Viola.
It's a little bit different from the idea that you've won a lot of money. It's just what would you do with your time?
What would you do
after
with your money and your time?
Well, you may not have a lot of money.
Which
that's
is-
absolutely
No,
true.
it's like if you never had to worry about money,
You've got a
then
lot
you
of time.
don't have
It doesn't
money.
say you won't live.
But say like you lived rent free, bill free.
I've warped to the Starship Enterprise, and money doesn't exist anymore. And
If you want to take it in a curve, Phil, yeah.
Money doesn't exist anymore. Okay.
well, money doesn't exist. But I don't need money. It may as well not exist.
So space is not.
I think I like the idea of learning. I think you're the speed at which I'd bother taking up information would not be as strong as yours. I'd spend a lot more time lying around doing nothing.
That would be.
There'd be like half a day
That's the
every
impulse
day
I need to find.
where there wasn't that much to do, and we could just like
Andy, that,
take it nice and slow, ease into it. There's no rush. Don't need it. Don't need money. I ain't got to get up and do anything quickly.
Andy, that's literally every one of my weekends. I have nothing to do, so I'm going to get up at 2
Yeah, but you
o'clock
got
in
your
the
Monday.
afternoon.
You got to go and get money.
Yeah.
No.
I need to fight that
Imagine every day was a Sunday.
You wouldn't insist on chilling out so hard at the weekend if you didn't have to do that shit all the rest you do during the week.
Basically,
you just take it at an even pace and chill out.
Andy, I'm just saying, Andy, you're dangerously close to Jeremy Kyle. And then you could take
Just
lots of
take this
drugs.
one step at a time, like nice and slow. No big changes, nothing too quick.
Don't need to worry about money. Got all the time in the world, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know. If I'm choosing to focus on the if I don't have to worry about money bit.
Right.
What would I do with my time? If I never had to worry about money, I'd probably spend my spare time funding shit.
You haven't got any money, you just don't need to pay for anything.
Hang on. No, that consideration can go both ways. Either I've got all the money I'll ever need,
Okay.
or could ever need, or I just, like, money's literally not a concern.
Money's
Or
no
you're not-
object, which
or
is
you-
that.
Yeah.
Or you're not funding things
Maybe
with money,
you've been
but with other things.
sectioned and you don't have access to money.
Oh, do you know what? I'd get in
more
some
like
good
Paper
time.
cranes. Paper cranes.
No, I'd get some good time headbutting walls, mate. Yeah.
Sorry, completely cut you off there.
I'd fund shit. I'd find shit that interested me, and then I'd fund it.
Yeah.
And then anytime I wasn't worried about the shit I was funding, I'd just probably write.
What would you fund?
You know, blue
Research
sky
it.
shit.
Whatever took my quim.
Basically, so by fun shit, do you mean that every time you take a dump that rips your arsehole, you put £1 in a jar?
I mean, if someone put a label in that jar and told me where it was going, yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? I'm clearly not doing anything better with myself.
Put it in a
It's going
jar.
on
Tom
the
will
t-
pick it up when he's coming.
It's going to the toilet roll fund.
That's dull.
If money is no object in the sense of I could spend whatever I wish day to day and not ever think I might have to check my bank account and see where I'm at. I would say if I got to that point, I'd probably start finding out what obscene amounts of money I could spend on shit. Like actually just finding out if I blew £5 million, if I blew £5 million in one day, what do I think I could get for 5 things? Or what do I think I could do in 5 different ways, and then maybe gradually
Men.
challenge myself and lower it.
Then
Like,
you're-
what would 5 million exactly get me? What could I find in one day where I could say 5 million and they would go sold?
This is that life of who's that guy on Instagram? Dan Blitzer. There's a
There's a
multi.
guy
yeah.
called Dan.
There's a
Dan
multi.
Blitzer.
Yeah, he's a multi-millionaire,
Is he
and
Minimum
all he seems to
requisite,
do
or
with his entire life is get in a jet with 16 hot naked women.
Yeah.
Get in a hot tub with 600 million naked women, and then go shoot guns with 618 million.
Oh, the dude, yeah,
Like
the,
it.
Oh, the
poker
poker
playing
player.
millionaire
Yeah.
playboy, yeah.
Dan
yeah.
Bilzerian. Or
That's
something,
it's like, I was close.
Yep. Close enough for a country job.
I think I've got my answer.
Yeah.
I would hire Danny to be Tidges, my butler.
Oh, our friend Danny.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have my motherfucking rave on my motherfucking plane.
Yeah, but the question actually states.
Oh my god,
after
I'd
you're
have your
done
mum raving on my
partying.
plane.
The question
Yeah,
actually
This wouldn't
says
so much
after
be partying. This would be something more of
A lifestyle.
Life achievement.
of a life rate.
No, the first thing we do is take your mother and my mother, go get those tattoos they've been talking about for years,
Fucking right.
and then get on a plane and do a fucking rave.
Yeah, with our mums.
Absolute.
Oh, okay, so
Get fucked up at 37,000 feet.
So the other interpretation of this is like you're in a position where money's not a worry. So
Sorry,
let's-
I've got to interject. From the cockpit to the tail.
Our mum's got tats.
I think you'll find the lyric is from the cockpit to the tail till the sweat drips down my snail. My snail.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So the other interpretation of this is you're in a position where money's not a concern. So you're homeless. You've got a sick place to sleep that kind of keeps you out of pretty much most of what you need to stay out of when you're sleeping rough.
Like a mansion.
And then you've got the best place to go pick up food at the end of the night. Someone who just kind of throws out sandwiches at the end of the day.
Daz,
So
how's
you don't
it
need to
been
worry about
living
anything.
on the sofa?
Oh yeah, wonderful. It's really great that there's only single pane windows.
Never mind.
It has actually been wicked, so I shouldn't have even said that.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, they'll evict you by the end of the month.
Oh no, I just weird people out all day. I just be. a
How's that
homeless man on the
different
street
from your
doing
life
weird
at the
things.
moment?
That's all I was going for, but it's
If I
the
get to
steam
be
is taken from my sales because that's where I put my steam. It's my sales.
Speaking of your
Oh, the Steam sale.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna buy so many games.
Mother.
Oh no, that's a good point. If we had all the money in the world, the first thing me and Dee would do is buy the entire library on Steam.
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Because clearly, 180 games that I don't play isn't enough!
210, motherfucker, you are slacking.
Bitch, you're years ahead of me.
I
I'm
am
catching
years
up
ahead of you.
motherfucking fast.
You are well catching up.
The idea if we have all the money in the world is a different question too. We don't have to worry about money. But if I had all the money in the world, I would find Kevin Bacon and I would fund his dream to release Tremors 6.
Oh, motherfucker.
There's a Tremors
Yes.
we haven't seen.
I know.
Tremors 5 came out last year. I'm devastated that I haven't seen it.
Okay, we need to do that very, very quickly.
Let's make it our
Literally-
housewarming.
No, tonight.
Gosh,
Andy, I'll see your Tremors 6, and I'll meet you with I would do Nathan Fillion's dream and fund Firefly.
I think
I
that was
would.
a lot of the fans' dream before Nathan Fillion realised.
I don't care. I like Nathan Fillion.
God, who doesn't? Yeah.
He's a pretty man,
He's a pretty man, he's a clever man,
And
he's
he's
a
a
funny
funny
man,
man.
and he's my fucking
and he's a
captain.
kind man as well. On the Nerdist podcast, he was giving away phone covers and stuff.
He's genuinely a nice person.
I think he may be Jesus.
So,
I think I'd give some money to the Wayland Corporation so they can find the Xenomorph.
the Wayland and the Utanis, just over there.
Oh, and maybe I'd kind of siphon away a lot of money through clever investing and find the Utya. The Utya
Yeah.
being Predator.
Yeah.
After we found them, I mean, I have dreadlocks, so I would immediately be accepted.
Of course. And your face looks like a vagina.
Thank you very much. All the men wanted.
Well done.
But yeah, Predator stuff, you know.
Predator, please.
Predator bender.
I did think once, like, if I could win the Euromillions, I'd work out how much I need to be comfortable with the rest of my life, and then just take the rest and throw it all in stem cell research. But only on the provision they change the logo to "fuck you."
Why fuck you?
Because, like, the religious South in America has just stopped stem cell research because the
It's
Bible
not
Belt.
in South America, it's a religious sector in the world that has stopped
Yeah,
stem cell
well,
research.
okay, let's call them the collective unknown douchebags. And stem cell research is amazing, and the possible effects of that are mind blowing. And then let's call them douchebags. Are stopping this because of a fucking book.
Books. There's more than one.
Yeah.
There always is bloody books.
So, on that serious note,
Fuck 'em.
shall we call it there?
I think we should.
Stem cells are good. Shut up.
You know what else is good? Share and tell a friend. I'll better start the music.
Oh, hang on. I don't know.
It's going to have to be a tongue twister.
Could be.
What rhymes with
Everyone do their own favourite tongue twister, and I'll try and talk over the top of it.
Why don't we just do mine? At least that's a song. That was amazingly big-headed. Do mine.
No, I'm with you. Go for it.
Okay, hang on. I'll just put it in there. How about doing the song Popcorn in the noises of a surprised English gentleman? Ah! Aha! 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 Ah!
I don't think you're doing popcorn there.
It's syncopation, mate. I'm not in time.
Alright, fine.
That's not fun. Yours wasn't popcorn. Yours was marker.
Do it as a whole.
What was yours?
Don't ask me to remember.
Why don't you read the credits over a background of us arguing what we should sing while
Popcorn
you
is
read?
farts!
Share and tell a friend about this wonderful podcast.
Listen, I'm going to go with what I know.
Oh, God.
It's basically...
Everyone just back
Mine are
off.
silent but violent.
Back off a bit, everyone.
We're doing Popcorn as farts.
It's a squeaker.
Alright, count us in, Tom.
You're like a desiccated squid.
A 1, 2, 3. Share and tell a friend about this podcast that for some reason you enjoy listening to. Thank you very much, community. 25 issues. What the fuck? Our website is pottopicpodcast.com. Sign up to the newsletter while you're there.
Oh, I think I followed through on that one.
At Pot Topic Podcast is our Twitter account.
Touching cloth.
Twitter it up, motherfuckers. Facebook and Tumblr, just search Pot Topic Podcast, you'll find us. Instagram at Pot Topic Podcast. Our hashtag is, guess what, Pot Topic Podcast.
I'm prairie dogging. I've got blisters on me buttocks.
Have you run out? Go on.
Could someone give Andy CPR? I think he's passed out.
Emails at pottopicpodcast.com. Send us your feedback about this. Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher, which is a big pile of. Like the video on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, fucking everything, Joe Gilbert, motherfucker.
Last
Love you, community. To the sawmill.
Sawmill!
Cheers, my lovely.
Bosh kebab.
Maximum smash.
Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod from Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on pottopicpodcast.com for more information.
Alright, gents, are we good to go?
Are we
Yeah,
going?
yeah,
Are we
Darren,
going?
are you good to
banging.
do a bit of silence?
Are we going around the table after
Just
the intro?
like 2 or 3 seconds. Cool.
I think it's you who broke it. Okay.
It's the best silence we've ever done.
Have you seen?
We're
that?
back on for what?
Shall we do
Alan,
this?
Alan, would
Yeah,
you?
can we-
Yeah, it's incredible.
Well, first
I wanna
of all, we're
make
going to have
it-
5 minutes silence.
5 minutes.
In me-
That's 5 minutes silence in respect to the SAWmill demise. Yeah, something like that.
Sorry, can I borrow you for a second just for a quick silence, and then we'll get into it. Two more topics.
How long do you want the-
Yeah, we're not
yeah,
recording
how long do you want the
anything.
silence to be for?
I need at least 5 seconds.
Fucking hell! How long do you want the
5
seconds?
5 seconds is all we need. I don't need to clap because that's a perfect waveform.
Wait. Okay, let's meditate on the waveform.
That's at least 2 parsecs.
Fucking knobbin.
Sorry. Like,
Look, just 10 arc seconds. That's all we need. 10. Yes, black metal.
All right, please. 5 seconds.
Buttocks.
Close enough. 2.5 is close to 5, I guess. Come on.
You counted it. I watched
So,
it.